Yeah, yeah. I'm not really feeling techno right now, but we're gonna have to do it this way. We're gonna have to do it this way. What up, fam? Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. We're good. Good morning. Good morning, fam. Good morning. Man, it's good to be back. I mean, I love my family. Don't get me wrong. What's up, fam? What's up? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What up, Marco? What up, my brother? Ah. Damn, there we go. We're back at it again. What's up, Marco? How are you, brother? What's good, my brother? How was this morning's read? Ah, fuck yeah. Have you started reading the other book I sent you? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. The Science of Getting Rich. What a beautiful book, dude. You better have a highlighter for that book. If I showed you how much I've highlighted in that book, it's fucking nuts. It's cocoa bananas. That rice. Yes. Good morning. I'm literally at the gym right now. Fuck yeah, Allie. Hell yeah. How are you, Allie? Good job. Nice schedule for you on Central Time. Nice. Good job, Allie. What are you hitting today? Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. I haven't read it yet, brother. I'm getting my first Bible this morning. Good, brother. Good, bro. Dedicate some time to it, bro. Even if it's 5 minutes. Even if it's 5 minutes. Like, that morning process is super important, bro. You gotta consistently invest in yourself. Consistently. Good. Good. Want to check in because I saw the invite. I'm hitting a pull today. Fuck yeah. Make sure. Also, Ali, if you need to understand your macros, because that's the most important thing. Make sure you check out my free macro training. It's on motherfucking link in my bio. Click out the macro training. Start understanding your macros so you can actually like start really tracking your progress. That will make a significant difference in your nutrition. You'll know more about nutrition than 99% of people. Once you understand those macros and how they work, it breaks down every single diet. It breaks down why people do keto. Why I break down why people do keto. They do fucking fasting. They stop eating after 6 p.m. They start doing calorie counting. All these things. And it's like, yo, it still falls down the foundation. Like macros, I believe, is the foundation to everything. It doesn't matter because how you build muscle and how you lose body fat is there's no difference in how you put gas in a car, how you make a car run. It needs gas no matter what. I don't care if it's a Ferrari, I don't care if it's a Honda, I don't care if it's a Toyota, I don't care if it's a Lincoln, whatever. They all fucking need gas to operate. And that's like when it comes to losing body fat and building muscle. Like you understand, you have a concept of how macros work, then you have a concept of how losing body fat and building muscle works. Obviously, like we can, Teslas don't need gas. They don't need, but they need juice, right? They need fucking juice. You're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. I built an engine using the Tesla engine design non-Elon. I was shut down. Well, you should make a YouTube account about it. By the way, I got TikTok and I have YouTube right here. So we're having a beautiful conversation on this Sunday morning. It doesn't even feel like Sunday. It just feels like another fucking day, which is beautiful, which is amazing. This different engine. Yeah, I have no idea about engine. I thought you quit. No, bro, I went down to visit my family and I forgot to bring my other tripod. And because I didn't bring my fucking tripod, I wasn't going live. I liked ensued. When I was the other, what's up, Marco? What's up? Use electric gas, steam, gas, it was the size of the car engine, the power was the diesel. Bro, you should make a YouTube video about it. Fuck yeah, I'm stoked, dude, I'm stoked. Why are you stoked? Rudolf Steiner, man, just learning more. When the student is ready, the master will appear. That's what we have to understand. And when the student is ready, the master will appear. When the master is ready, the student will appear. Just do this. Yeah. Nope. All I can do, I had to do an NDA and avoid lawsuits. Well, shit, bro. Write a book. I don't know what to tell you, brother. If you have valuable information, who'd you sign an NDA with? The law? I heard the podcast. Congratulations. On what? I forgot what the fuck. Yo, podcast, bro. Yeah, dude. On 2 months. Oh yeah, dude. 100%. Semen retention 2 months. Celibacy 2 months. Bro, whole different. It was like I was watching the Avengers with my. I was watching the Avengers with my mom and her fiance, and she's never seen the Avengers, like Infinity War and an Endgame. Concerns with the female's aid. It's funny, and I believe that to me was the last stone. That's it. I have no other vice. I have no other vice, and it's unlocked a whole different spiritual aspect for me. Good morning, bro. Watching from Naples, Florida. Nice, brother. What's up, Trent? Coming live from Gainesville, Florida. I'm telling you, and we'll talk more about this, especially going into the new year. I don't really. It's a good way. Another 5'7" alpha. No, just another 5'7" guy. Lawyers from. Oh damn, sorry. How was your day? My day is good. How are you doing? Motherfucker, how's it going? How's it going for you, motherfucker? How's your Christmas? How was your guys' Christmas? Leon says hi. Oh fuck. Yeah, I have a good amount of shit to teach you guys today that I want to go over on the whiteboard. Hi, baby. My little soul. My little soul. My little soul. My bad, Bobby. Good morning. Oh, look, it's Allie. I was gonna branch out to zero energy frequency wireless recharging wire. Bro, yeah, but yeah, that's gone. Well, you know what? Don't give up, brother. Don't give up. Try something else. You have a good brain. Good morning, everybody. Why are you so hyped up? Man, I had a good workout. I did core, I did calves, forms, some traps. Great study session this morning. I need to fucking joke about me. Good morning. Good morning, Angel. How are you doing? Been feeling a lot lately, but soon going to get back on the grind like you. Been feeling a lot lately. You're failing because you have a lot. Gonna get on the back. Like, bro, saying I'm gonna get back on the grind soon is just bullshit. I'm gonna get. Why soon? Why not today? Why not stop falling off? And if you keep falling off, get a level of accountability. That's it. Just get a level of accountability. No, get out of here, bro. People be trying to fucking go live with me. Good morning, brother. God bless you. And you know what? Buenos dias to you. Y que Dios te bendiga. Good morning, Rocco. All right? Like, do you lift weights fasted? No, I eat before I work out. I eat a protein shake and Gerber oatmeal. Shout out to Gerber oatmeal. Gerber oatmeal. Gerber oatmeal, baby. Feliz Domingo, Feliz Domingo. That's a part of the help Anthony if we can. Well, brother, don't look at the negative, look at the positive. For real, I've seen the oatmeal. Is it any good? Yeah, I mean, it's good, bro. Is it any good? I mean, it just tastes like bananas and shit like that. You know, bananas and like, I don't really care if it tastes good or not. Sometimes when you give other people advice, it hits me too. Of course, because we're all not that different. Cream rice, blueberries. Ask and you shall receive, my friend. Ask and you shall receive. I hope they're good. Let me just break these eggs in here. Yeah. But it can take, but that can take my mind. It's free in the air. What? Listen, brother. Complaining to me is not gonna bring it back. What time is it over there? It's currently 9:12. Are you dating? No, I'm being celibate for now. So the only dating I'm doing is Jesus Christ. I'm not looking. This is the first time in my life I'm not looking for a woman. First time in my life. First time in my life I'm not jerking it off and looking for a woman. Crazy. All for the past 15, 16 years of my life. That's been part of my life. Massive part of my life. And now I'm not. No, it's just me and my dog. I had a girlfriend. So I went and bought the Gerber oatmeal. What do I put in it? What portions? Listen, brother, I'd give you all that shit, but you need something more personalized. If you want me to personalize everything for you, exactly what to eat, how much to eat, when to eat, then you book a call, have a consultation with me. We can go over that, and I can tell you how it looks like to work with me. And then we'll get you straight, bro. I'll set you straight. You'll be taken care of, my brother. I will take care of you. Not a problem. Because now you have the stuff, right? Yeah, you can 100% ask ChatGPT. Yeah. But does it know where you're at? Does it know where you're coming from? Does he know where you're at mentally? Is ChatGPT gonna be like, don't fucking pick the pizza over the chicken? No, bro. ChatGPT gives you information, but you don't have an information problem. You have an application issue. Have you ever seen No, never, brother. Your dog is so cute. Oh yeah, he's hilarious. Corner rolls. Yeah, 100%. Really hot smell. Well, thanks, Kevin. Yeah, Leon is he's such a beautiful soul. Such a beautiful soul. It's not, but it will give you a layout, recipe list, and workout routine. Yeah, and why do people not do it? You know what gives you another list of recipes and grocery lists and workout routines? TikTok, Instagram. Everyone saves them, but nobody has confidence in it. It doesn't matter how many recipes it gives you. It doesn't matter how many fucking workouts it gives you. If you don't have confidence in the plan, if you don't look at and believe it's gonna work, it's not gonna work. Number one. Number two, it doesn't keep you away from snacking. ChatGPT does not keep you away from snacking. It doesn't keep you away from the drinking, the sleeping in, skipping your workouts. That's the thing. If that was the key, then everyone would be in shape already. Right? The information's all out there, 100%. It's the application. It's the application issue. That's where accountability comes in. Accountability is huge. Accountability is the bridge between where you are and the results you want. PPL twice a week, good? No, I don't think you should follow a program that's just push-pull legs. You got to look at your body. This is how you should set up your program. Everyone should set up their training program like this. The first thing you should ask yourself when setting up your workout routine, the first thing, and this is what I do when it comes to working with people, I'm like, what do you want to change the most? Look at your body. What body part do you absolutely want to change the most? Is it your core? Is it your chest? Is it your back? Is it your arms? Most people, it's their core. So you should base your training around your fucking core. If you are well for that because they see how much commitment. Yeah, but you know what's even more impressive? When you show people that you've got other people fit. I've gotten myself fit, been fit for 19 years. Right? What's impressive is getting other people fit. People that were really overweight. People, and getting them, because they're just like you, right? They came from the similar backgrounds, whether they had to lose 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 30 pounds, they wanted to get a six-pack, and I got them a six-pack. And they're just like you, and regular people too, people who have, ¿qué pasa? Oh, I can't take that, bro. Like, 100%. I honestly feel like I blow with everything I eat, but I also have a yeah, 100%. I had an ex-girlfriend who had that too. Well, that's the thing though. Like, you also have to watch what you eat, Cass. Like, you have to, with everything you eat, then you might have to change your food completely. There's got to be, and like the best way to look at how long do you think it would take to lose 40 pounds? Larry, let me put it this way, brother. We talked about almost 2 months ago. You would be down at least 15 pounds by now, right? So you would already only have, 25 pounds left? If we started 2 months ago, but you keep putting it off. Number one. Number two, 40 pounds could take you anywhere between 3 to 6 months. Yeah. And not only losing 40 pounds, but keeping it off. If you want to lose 40 pounds, fucking don't eat. Losing weight is not difficult. What's difficult is keeping the weight off. However you lose the weight is how you have to keep it off. So if you don't build a better sustainable way to keep the weight off, then you're just always gonna go back. Consistency, no, people have a level of consistency, but they're consistent with the wrong thing. You can have a destination of where you want to go, and you can drive every single day. You're consistently driving every day. But if you don't have the directions, it doesn't mean you're getting any closer to the destination. And that's what most people do. Most people go to the gym. I see people go to the gym all the time, and they all look the fucking same. So they're consistent, but they don't comprehend what they're doing. Comprehension supersedes consistency. Is it hard to fast? I get headaches. Do you fast? I don't fast. I fasted yesterday just because I wanted to, but I understand nutrition, right? What if I want to change everything? There's something you want to change above everything else. There's a priority, right? You can want to change everything. This guy asked me, what if I want to change everything in my body? That's fine. There's always going to be one thing above everything else that you want to change. What is that one thing? Start with that and then work your way down. English good, I hope so, it's my second language. Yo también hablo español, so si ustedes tienen, si hablan español, déjame saber. I'm making a Spanish channel this year. I have a Spanish channel, I just need to post more on it. There's only 1 or 2, 3. Like, that's the question we have to ask ourselves going into this new year. There's only one thing that I accomplished this year. That's how you break everything down to some simplest forms. Yeah. Let's see. But how's the skin look so flawless? And it's you get I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat fast food. I don't really eat sugar. Yeah, I don't eat sugar. I drink hella water. I get sun. I work out every day. Ozempic, fuck Ozempic. You're not gonna get what you want out of it. Whatever you take that gets you a quick result will leave faster than when after you stop taking it. You'll gain it right back faster. Hello, Abby. That's the thing. The 14 some days, it says you rebuild your immune system stronger. Motherfucker, you build your immune system by fucking feeding it good food, training every single day, and having a mindset that doesn't drop your... Whenever you drop to a low state of frequency, people don't understand this. Low state of frequency, constant negativity in your mind is a great place for a disease to to formulate. When you're such in a low state of frequency, your body's in a state of frequency of negativity. That's where things can fucking build up. If you look at they did a study with 2 plants. One plant, they fed the same sunlight and water, except the first plant, they spoke to it positive, and they spoke to the second plant negative. What do you think happened? The plant was spoken to positive grew. The one who speak negative every single day fucking started dying. That's the power of words. So a lot of like immune system, all these things, is because you're consistently dropping your state of frequency to a low state of negativity. Everything is energy. Right? Nikola Tesla. If you want to know the fucking secret to the universe and understand frequency and energy. That's why we can get out of our car, get out of the gas station, and whenever you look, you feel sketchy. Anytime you have that feeling, it feels sketchy. It feels sketchy. You don't need to see sketchy shit to feel sketchy. Like, that's how powerful energy is. We are always feeling it. You meet someone, something feels off about this person. Everything is energy. Energy is a universal language. If you want to understand how the world works, understand energy. And if you want to dive deeper into it, then understand the laws. And environmental factors are very important, but unfortunately I live with people right now that don't look. Yeah, 100%, but you might not be able to control those factors, but you still get to control what you do. I used to live with people like that too. Very true. Yeah, everything is energy. Right? But that's going to create, if you can be positive in a negative state, in a negative place, that makes you a lot more stronger. That strengthens you. If I go to a bar, I've been around people fucking concentrating and I don't fucking fucking drink. It makes you stronger. It makes you that much stronger, right? Anything that's against you is for you if you put it into a positive perspective. I'm living with people that aren't very positive and don't really eat better. Perfect. I'm gonna lead by example. I'm still gonna do it because I'm not gonna allow them, because they can't, unless they put a gun to your head and said you gotta eat shitty, then they can't do anything to you if you don't allow them. I'm not understanding what's going on in your head. A lot of shit goes on in my head. Man, gotta be comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah, brother, but you know, I hope you back up that talk, right? I hope you live by that. It's really easy to say you gotta be comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah, 100%, you know. People say all these things and you look at their body and they're like, bro, when have you been uncomfortable? I was talking to a guy today. He's like, bro, the world is evil. Motherfucker, like, don't worry about the world being evil. Worry about your vices. Right? That's what you have control over. You don't have control of the world. It's like, yeah, the world might be a terrible place. My friend used to make fun of me for eating healthy and working out. Now they ask me for advice. Oh, it's always like that. It's always like that. Yeah. They make fun of you until they see results. And that's just how the world works at times. My mom was tripping out. She made tamales and said, I'm good, I'm off them. Yeah, they'll never understand. Yeah, they'll never really understand until you show a level of, holy shit, like you're in incredible shape. But it takes that level of restraint. And if you don't have that level of restraint, it's just much more difficult. I don't know why I'm gonna charge this now. My fucking, thanks, Michael. 19 years of this shit, bro. Yeah, at first it's like why and then how, right? Why are you doing that? And then they're like, how did you, the fuck did you do that? That's it. That's that. Do you eat bread or cheese? Motherfucking, I had some Colombian bread. I had Colombian bread this weekend. I never fucking have it. So anytime I go down south, I'll have Colombian bread. And it's got fucking cheese in it. But yeah, but not nothing crazy. Whenever I'm on my shit, I just prefer not to have that stuff. Because it's like the insulin, I'm not saying I can't have bagels in there. But the less guilt you induce in yourself, the more confidence you have, the more clarity you have. Every time that you do something and it makes you feel guilty, you lose confidence. Using F words, fuck yeah, I curse all the time. I don't censor myself. That's why I'm so honest. Right? People censor themselves. People are like, why do you curse so much? Because I don't fucking censor myself. I don't watch what I say. I say the honest truth. How much water should you drink a day? Like, just if you simply just drink water and coffee, you'll be set. It's not about drinking a gallon of water a day. It's simply eliminate everything else that's not coffee and water, and you'll be great. Notice who I work for. It's like 64 ounces. Yeah, but does she look like she drinks 64 ounces of water? Think about that. You know. Mike, no one cares. You do, Mike. I know you do. All right, this is it. All right. Leon. I'm about to go to the gym. I'm about to go on a run. Fuck yeah. Leon, who the fuck you barking at, dog? That's that. Leon, who you barking at, dog? I'm coming, baby. Is it worth doing decline sit-ups as an obese person? I know I won't get abs. I just want to build a functional strength. Others so far from training. That's good, brother. That's good, brother. No, it's not worth it. If I'm being honest, focusing on all the compound lifts. If I'm being honest with you, brother, no, it's not worth it. You know, if for a more obese person, bro, it's not. You can do, if you go on the ground and you do regular sit-ups, just regular, I'll show you a video, it's a lot better, in my opinion, number one. Number two, your biggest bet, and especially if you're doing cardio, like take the time away from cardio and study your nutrition. That's where you're gonna drop all of your fucking weight from. So if you go to my website, thealexduenas.com, like take my YouTube name, thealexduenas, and you scroll down, there's a free macro training. Watch that training and I break down. I've gotten obese guys, right? Like we talk obese guys, right? I've gotten guys like him, right? 292 to 188. Right? So just go to my website, thealexduenas.com, and do the macro training, right? So if you go to, you'll end up right here. If you scroll down to this one right here, right? You'll scroll down to here, you'll click right there. It'll take you to this macro training right here, and you'll be set. Water and coffee for breakfast, I'll eat after. Yeah, that's fine, dude. I've done that before. I'm good about that right now. Been sick for 5 days, finally feeling better, back at it. Hell yeah, bro. But since I've been doing squats and deadlift, my legs have gotten stronger, and now I can do a full cardio session again. Yeah, that's great. That's a fucking win right there. But don't use time that's not needed on something that's not going to get you closer to what you actually need, right? So I would highly watch that whole macro training. I break everything down. How my clients lost 50 pounds, 60 pounds, how I got guys shredded compared to every other diet. That's gonna be like, and once you get that information and you can apply it, phenomenal. If you can't apply it, brother, you can also reach out for me for one-on-one coaching, and we can personalize everything that you're going through so it's meant for you. The best thing you can ever have is something that's made specifically for you. When it's made specifically for you, we take into account not just your goals, not just your height, not just your weight, not just your age. We take into account your vision, and that's something that's not spoken about enough. Vision. There's something. Everybody has goals. Not really, actually. People make goals, but most people never reach their goals because there's never a vision. There's goals, and then there's their ultimate vision. What does your life look like after you reach that? What's your life look like after you lost 50 pounds, after you lost 60 pounds? What's your life look like when you got that six pack? When you can wear tank tops, when your arms look better, when your chest looks better, when you don't have man boobs, when you don't have this gut? What's your life look like? Paint the picture, because then your reticular activating system, which is your fucking brain, what it really looks for, starts to build that picture and starts to bring it into fruition. Most people don't get that. You gotta have a vision. If I just like jeans, no hurt, gut for being too tight. Right, no need six pack, just like jeans. TJ, I didn't fucking ask you. I don't like you anymore. Ah, fuck, I just learned something new today. I just figured it was instant. When do you come F words talking? Right, no, you won't, there won't be a day where I will not curse. Because it rubs the right people the right way, and it rubs the wrong people the right way as well. Because it makes them because cuss words are very aggressive, and a lot of people are just not used to that. They're just too comfortable, and so when you curse, it wakes them up. It's like, fuck, dude, like this is kind of aggressive, but yeah, you're too comfortable. Welcome to life, dude. Yeah. My voice is sad. All right, let me just fucking. This pet life is the best life. Not gonna lie. Yeah, motherfucking. She's a girl too. TJ's a girl. She's like, I don't want a six pack. Yeah, okay. That's phenomenal for you, bro. All right. I can get guys six packs because it fucking changes their life. It's the ultimate compliment. Do you drink zero alcohol? I stopped 3 weeks ago. I feel so much better. Abby, yeah, I drink alcohol once a year. Buenos dias, caracita. Yeah, I drink alcohol once a year, and every time I do it, I fucking regret it the next day. I fucking hate it. But I don't think I'll do it next year. I drink one time this year. I think twice, actually. Oh, yeah. Men looks great. How's that finger, love? All right, let me put my coffee over there, and then I'll take it to the room. Take it to the room? Jeez, Alex. Fuck. I gotta take the charger. The best neck tattoo I've seen, not gonna lie. Appreciate it, brother. It's healing. Good, I'm glad it is. Do you smoke? No, bro. I used to smoke a lot of marijuana. I don't do it now. It's too much paranoia. I got too much on my plate, bro. I have way too much on my plate, bro. And that shit just slows you down, bro. Shit slows you down. Doesn't make you think better. Doesn't make you want to wake up earlier. It chills you out too much. Right? Every time you do it, you're just taking steps back. You're not taking steps forward. Oh, shit. That's what you have to understand. If you can eliminate my girlfriend smokes and I want her to stop, well, you have to give her a reason to stop. You feel me? Get shredded. Inspire her to stop, brother. You can't force anyone to stop. You have to inspire them to want to stop. You feel me? So it's like, what about stopping has improved the quality of your life? You feel me? Are you waking up earlier? You know, are you getting more? Yeah, suficiente. No, gossip. That's what it really comes down to, my brother. Like, if you want someone to do something, the best way to get someone to do something or to stop something is for them to recognize how much it's changed your life from the stopping, you know? It's like people who try to get other people to go work out. Oh, I want my partner to work out. But does it look like it's worth going to the gym with you? Do you have what they want? Yeah. So that's a huge part of like getting someone to do something. If she sees you waking up at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, it's like, wow, like how'd you start waking up so early? I stopped smoking, you know? A big L. Some people like it, some people don't like it. That's part of life, bro. You know? So that's the thing, man. Inspiration gives people like almost faith, you know, that they can do something. What are your thoughts on meditation? I think meditation is fucking necessary. I think meditation is fucking super important. But that's the thing though, like Larry, like meditation is great, but at the end of the day, if you meditate for 10 minutes, but you still eat like crap, you still don't like the way you look, you still have negative self-talk, you still have habits that only make you regress, it doesn't fucking matter if you meditate. Because your daily habits are not making you progress. How do you find the inspiration to go to the gym? Well, you have to understand, as a man is a little different for me, right? Because as a man, like if you don't work out, you're weak, you're not respected, you're more intimidated by other people, you don't have self-confidence. So these are things as a man for me is like, you're just weak. Like I grew up feeling weak, hopeless, fearful, and intimidated by other guys and even girls. So once I started to work out and started to feel like much stronger in myself, I gained confidence. I gained a level of respect. I gained a level of self-belief, self-love. It also showed me a lot of self-love. And so a lot of people are not inspired to work out or motivated to work out simply because you don't get what you want out of the work that you put in. You might go to the gym once or twice, 3 times a week, but then you look at the end of the week, you look down at the scale, nothing's changed. You look at the mirror, nothing's changed. The gym is not the issue, it's your lack of comprehension that's the issue. You've never been taught how to track macros. You've never been taught like how to actually live properly. You've never been taught how to be disciplined enough to stay consistent with your nutrition and your training. How do you expect to get a result off of something you've never been taught? You don't know. It's like trying to drive a fucking plane. You don't know how to fucking fly a plane, but you don't complain about it. You're like, I don't know, right? But when it comes to training, nutrition, and getting the body you want, it's like you get upset that you can't get the body you want. Why would you be upset if you just have never been taught? Do I work in construction? No, brother, I don't. No, I'm not doing the batras. Not doing batras, brother. Oh, fuck yeah, I love the song. Yeah, I'm actually going to school, got aviation. Yeah, there you go, right? So you're learning all this thing. I have a buddy of mine who just bought a fucking plane. He's been flying for like a year now, and he just bought a fucking plane. He's like, he calls it, bro. Text me, bro, I bought a plane. I'm like, of course you did, motherfucking. Of course he did. I'm like, you got. He's like, yeah, bro. I need to get my hours in there and shit like that. And so, I need to text him back. We'll do a good whiteboard session today. And yeah. No. Yeah, man. So. Also, like, again, inspiration to go to the gym, vision. You don't have a vision. And the crazy part is, what's up, brother? The crazy part is, like, you know what you don't want to look like, which might be what you look like right now. You know you don't want the love handles, the stomach, you know you don't want what you see in the mirror. So you know what you don't want. You have to start creating what it is that you do want, having the vision. Don't focus so much on the how right now. Focus on the why and like what it looks like. You're bulking? No, brother. I've been cutting for fucking like 15 weeks now. I haven't fucking bulked in like 3 years. You know? There's no need for what I do. Yeah, I think what's your height and weight? I'm 5'7", about 158 pounds. Yeah, I don't weigh much. So, yeah. I want to help people, so I have to set the example like a cheerleader. Yeah, brother. I mean, you have to say, if you want to help people, you have to be an inspiration. You have to do hard things. So the question is, if you want to help people, what's holding you back from even putting a fucking profile picture? I'm 5'7", about 200 pounds. You need to drop, brother, you need to drop like 40 pounds, brother. Not 20. If you're my height, 200 pounds, you need to get down to like 160, bro. 165. Think about it. I'm 5'7", 158 pounds, and I'm mostly muscle. Mostly muscle. So you don't need to lose 20 pounds to be even looking decent. You need to lose like 40 pounds. I don't want to be that small. You consider this small, bro. I don't consider myself small. I consider myself in great shape, right? I'd rather be this shape than 180 pounds. More muscle. Down 20 and 30 more to go. Good job, Maddie. Please explain again the story in which you... what the... you know... I don't know my body fat percentage. I could have bigger bones, you never know. No, bro, what do you mean bigger bones, bro? This fucking bone. No, bro, you're 5'7", 200 fucking pounds, bro. You have at least 40 pounds of fat. Yeah, brother, I look at your fucking picture right now, bro. You have a massive gut in your picture, bro. You have a massive gut. But you literally weigh 40 more pounds than me. That's what I'm saying. It's like the people who have delusion. Oh, I want to have money. Bro, it takes a fucking minute to build muscle. It takes a minute. Typically, you'll add around 5, maybe 8 pounds of muscle a year if you do everything correctly. It could be, if you do everything correctly, you'll add about 5 to 8 pounds of muscle a year, right? Like I wanted to get back to him. Yeah. You care more about aesthetics than Then a woman. You'd be surprised how many women actually enjoy a guy who looks good. Can you stop and stop climbing this hat? Yeah, no, seriously. I agree with you on that. Appreciate it, brother. Some people, why doesn't my message send? But it's probably being blocked. Having the vision is what helped me. Before I just hated how I looked, but never had a vision. Yeah, bro. Vision is so important. I've always had a vision. When I looked up to bodybuilders, I'm like, I want to look like that. A vision pulls you. A vision really pulls you. No appetite, you're just fucking being annoying. If I type to look, somehow. Nothing, mine takes 5. Mine takes 5 what? Good morning, brother. Yeah. All right. This guy, he was 191. I think 5'6". Yeah, 191, right? 193 actually. 193 here. And this is him at 160, 361. 160, 171. I gotta fucking look at the video. Right? But he had to lose 30 pounds. He was at 191, so you're literally 9 pounds heavier. What's up, brother? I'm eating 4 whole eggs, 180 grams of egg whites. Right. When his goal when he started with me was 170 pounds. Because I want to get down to 170. Right? I'm buying something out. But bro, this is one of my best friends. He's 6 foot. Where are you? This is my boy. He's 6 foot 170, 172. 6 foot 172. 6 foot 172. I'm 5'7", 160 right there. Think about that. He's 6 foot and he weighs 172 pounds. And then number 3, China. Yo, it's I don't know what's up. Right? So, at the end of the day, bro, really, the truth of the matter is the weight matters, but not as much as the mirror, right? The weight matters, but not as much as the mirror. I wanted to say thank you for supporting this. I'm over now 100 pounds. So, dude, hell yeah, Thomas. Dude, that's amazing, bro. That's amazing, dude. Congratulations, brother. What's your next goal, brother? That's fucking incredible. What's your main platform you stream on? You have your camera facing on the chat. TikTok. He's lean as fuck. Lean as fuck, dude. And just muscle, straight muscle. We both been working out for almost 2 decades. He's 32. Yeah, we've been working out for a very, very long time. It's lean, but he has muscle. It's pure muscle. What's up, Jacob? Ask away your questions. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, and I do my YouTube, and we gotta fucking really focus. I really want to cover some goals coming into, because the year ends this fucking week. The year ends this week, so I want to give you guys something really like more. I want to really go over how can we accomplish the vision this year. You know. Good job, Thomas. Thomas, are you tracking any macros? This is cream of rice and blueberries. What up, Carlos? Why are you liking Clarion? I don't know, it's fucking sick, dude. Something about Clarion, fucking Clarion. Clarion. Game changer. Game changer. Fuck butter. I love butter. Game changer. Yeah. Good morning, Jada. You know, I think I was thinking about you yesterday. Is it yesterday? I think I was driving home. That's when I really took control of you. Of course, bro. Macros are key. I think I was thinking about you the other day. I think I was. No, yesterday for sure. I was definitely thinking about you. I forgot what I was thinking. When, either. No, right. No, it's human rights weird. Sometimes wish TikTok wasn't so censored. Bacon Reaper. Motherfucker, you never fucking 208. Yeah, so you're heavier, bro. So you probably look the same or worse than the picture. It's just the truth. Right? Butter in it? No, there's no fucking butter in it. Yeah, so I'm like, but back to the Reaper guy. I just want to punch him. Why? Because, like, how can a man say, yo, I need your help? And I'm like, okay, cool, message me. Like, how can you ask somebody for help? Like, yo, I really need your help, like, and not follow through? Like, and now I understand why you're fucking out of shape and not really happy with who you are. You just don't, you say one thing and you do another thing. Like, that's what makes you, like, a boy. And I'm like, bro, man up. Pisses me off, bro. How can you live like that, bro? How can you live like that? No. Motherfucker, I requested you. I requested you yesterday. I even requested you again. Yeah. Oh, I need to know the thoughts. No. Oh, the thoughts? Because everything's easy. The thoughts are, I don't know if I'm ever going to see this woman, number one. Number two, if it takes two to tango. 38. Yeah. 40 pounds. Call it what it is. I know, but if they're in my fucking chat, the best way to do it, okay, now I'm just going to block this guy. Make him mad. Wait till we made it. Yeah, everything's just gotten weaker. It's easier. Best way to do it is you either can do it yourself or you can hire myself and I can get you to lose 40 pounds in three to 6 months. Alex, what up, Anthony? Cream of rice with blueberries. I have a theory. I really do have a theory. I'm going to share that theory with you guys about testosterone. Frozen. They're frozen blueberries because the cream of rice is super hot. So, check this out. Let me explain to you. Have you ever tried cottage cheese, blueberries, and honey? It sounds weird, but it's so good. So you have to understand something. No, fuck that. Honey, it will spike my insulin. I don't want to spike my insulin. The blueberries, and this is already spiking my insulin. And it's only going to make insulin spike more. Honey is healthy. It is healthy. But that doesn't mean it's going to get you to your goal. That's what we have to understand. Honey is not bad, but it also spikes fucking insulin. I mean, straight fructose. No, it's not complete fructose. Can you get out of here? Right? That's the thing. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, but it's a lot of fucking sugar. It's hella sugar. And it spikes insulin. Stevia? Like the little thing of that? I don't think it does. I'm not sure. I need to research that. It's okay. I'm the type of that. And honey ain't my friend. Motherfucker, honey is most people's not friend, right? Most people's friends are not, right? If honey was super healthy, I'd eat honey. I have a fucking thing of honey in my motherfucking cabinet, but I don't eat it. Now, sometimes when I have like pancakes, I'll fucking eat it. No, Jada. This no, Jada. This is either people assume it's healthy. Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, it's people are misguided. Yeah, people are misguided. I love people. They're just misguided. The test theory. Okay. I need to digest this food. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm gonna get out of here. Okay. I like this song. Okay. I'm gonna spike your insulin. Oh! All right. All right. Markers. All right. Markers. 51%. Because I like honey. Yeah, of course. It looks like you like honey, bro. All right. Lesson time. Let me teach a lesson. I'll explain, then I'll teach you more of a lesson. Okay. YouTube, I'm gonna have to turn you around. I still haven't found a way. I actually did find a way. Okay, let me explain. Should be about Jada Birdsong and sorry. All right, so let me explain this. Okay, so the when it comes to insulin, right? When it comes to insulin, we just get married. No, I'm married to the game right now. I'm not dating anyone. I'm fucking celibate. I'm keeping it in my pants. So I just keep the ring here so people can stay away from me. Okay, now let's talk about this. Okay, real quick. I'm just gonna hit on the topic of honey. Okay. So insulin, right? Right? Insulin is a hormone. Okay? And I'm going to break this down in terms that we can all understand so we're not fucking confused. Insulin is just a hormone. Insulin is activated whenever you have carbs. Alright, whenever you have carbs, whether it's a banana, whether it's honey, whether it's a cookie, whether it's a fucking chip, whether it's bread, whether it's pasta, whether it's rice, whether it's potatoes, whether it's cake, whether it's fucking a bagel, you know, whatever it might be. Anytime you have a carb, you're gonna spike, you're gonna activate insulin. It's just a hormone. So every time you have a carb, understand, insulin is being activated. Now, insulin, right? Insulin can either be raised, or it can be spiked. What makes the difference? What makes the difference is how much sugar and carbohydrates you have in one serving and how many carbs and sugar are in that. Some things don't really, if you have a little bit of rice like this, it won't really spike, it'll raise it. If you have a shit ton of rice like this, like normal people do, you're gonna spike it. You have a fucking donut, you have things that are sugar, honey spikes insulin because it's a lot of fucking sugar. And then eventually we locked in right now. Listen, right? Now, see, insulin works hard. Insulin has 3 jobs. Right? The first job of insulin is to transport protein to muscle. Right? Insulin is like a school bus. The protein that we eat gets in the school bus and gets transported to the muscle thanks to insulin when we have carbs. The second job of insulin is to transport the carbs into glycogen into the muscle. Glycogen, what you see right now, if you see this vein right now, right? You see my vein? I just had carbs. I just finished my workouts. So I depleted my glycogen from my body. So now as I eat, literally, it goes quick. I ate carbs. Now it's being rushed into my muscles, and that's why my veins are a little bit more they're much more full, right? Before that, my veins weren't as full because there wasn't glycogen being pushed into it. The insulin, right? Insulin's being fucking activated right now because of the carbohydrates I just had, right? So now the third job of insulin is to build fat. That's the only job we're not a big fan of, but it's necessary to eventually sweat a ton. And when it gets spicy, when I get spicy, it tends to sweat. Does that make sense? No, you eat a lot of fucking food, and so your body's fucking burning it up, the food that you ate, so you start sweating because you're burning energy. Let's see what my boys said over here. Okay. All right. How do you feel about cold plunge? Fuck a cold plunge. They're not bad. Cold plunges are not bad. YouTube asked me what I think about cold plunges. Look, cold plunges, it's like, bro, your life is not going to change because you cold plunge for 2 minutes. Yeah, you might feel better, but what's going to change your life is a fucking sticking to your macros, being consistent with your workouts, stop drinking, smoking, stop doing the vice, stop watching porn. Like, if you're actually looking to improve the quality of your life, get rid of the things that make your life worse. That's the thing. Cold plunging is not bad, but you can do it. Is it going to significantly change your life? No. Getting rid of vices will change your life. Now that we understand that, so how does the body build, how does insulin do job number 1, number 2, and number 3? See, so everyone has little, let's call these, you have fat receptors. All right, this is kind of deep, but just bear with me. You have fat receptors and then muscle receptors. That's it. If you have a lot of body fat, if you can't see your abs, if you can't see your chest, and you don't work out consistently, and you don't eat protein on a daily basis, like 100 grams of protein, you have body fat. You do not have muscle. Muscle is really hard to build. You have to be consistent with the gym, and then you have to be consistently eating a minimum of 100 grams of protein a day, every day, 7 days a week. You don't have to work out 7 days a week, but you have to work at least 3 to 4 days a week to actually build muscle and then add protein to that. And if you're not doing that, my friend, stop kidding yourself. Stop being delusional. You don't have muscle. I hear these guys, I just have the muscle under the fat. No, you fucking don't, dude. You have a lot of fat. Like, I'm here to tell you the truth. Okay? So, what ends up happening when you have carbs like this, all these carbs, and you have more fat than muscle, then when you have these carbs, your body is going to turn whatever you're having most of the time into fat because you don't have much muscle. If me and you ate the same amount of carbs, more than likely I will turn those carbs into glycogen for my muscles versus you who would turn it more into fat because you don't have much muscle. So, to put this into practicality, how do we move forward? Having carbohydrates when you wake up and after your workout are the best times to really have your carbohydrates. I can go deeper into it, but the best times to really have your carbohydrates is when you first wake up and after the gym. Because when you first wake up, your glycogen storages are very low. When you go after the gym, you just use the gas. So your body needs to replenish the gas used in the gym, and it does before it turns into fat. Again, I'm not going to go too deep into it. You don't need to know the science behind this to get in better shape. I stopped drinking, you need to stop with the corn. Good, you can't resist it, you have to replace it, brother. Always remember that. You can stop vices, but you don't stop vices, you replace them. Right? It's just energy. Vice is just energy looking for expression. Energy looking for expression. That's all it is. That's what vices are. Just energy-seeking expression. How did you quit smoking weed? Like I quit everything else. I stopped being a bitch. I said that shit doesn't help me. Like I have things to get done with my life. I have goals. I have a vision. I want to accomplish certain things. I want to look a certain way. I want to make a certain amount of money. I want to be that certain type of man for my significant other. I want to get closer to God. So when you have a bigger vision, a bigger goals, you have to realize whatever I'm doing right now is not helping me accomplish that. What can I get rid of that's holding me back? You have to, what is the price that you have to pay for the outcome that you want? If your vision is not big enough, it's not inspirational enough, it doesn't drive you, if you don't fucking salivate just thinking about how great it's going to be when you have that, then you will not pay the price, right? You will not pay the price. Because the price for a grand vision is massive amounts of sacrifice. So when you have a little goal, a little goal of losing 20 pounds, when you want to smoke, you say, fuck it, I'll just smoke, I'm doing okay. Because 20 pounds is not fucking inspiring. 20 pounds is just whatever, 20 pounds. What's motivating is a six-pack, the girl you want, right? The money you want, the clothes you want, the pool that you're going to go to, your friends and family is asking you, how the fuck did you get a six-pack? Your ex-girlfriend hitting you back up, that is a grand vision versus having a goal of losing 20 pounds. When you have this mapped out, the smoking becomes something that doesn't even fucking faze you. Eat a lot less, I'm eating it with a big amount on my plate. I would just take the honey away, bro. You have 40 pounds to lose. You don't have 10 pounds to lose, 5 pounds. You have 40 pounds to lose. Don't make the journey more difficult than what it already is. That's the good morning, Diane. Don't make the journey more difficult than what it already is. Let's see. How much should you weigh at 6'2"? It's not about how much you weigh. What do you look at yourself in the mirror? How much should I weigh at 6'4" carnivore diet? What about the carnivore? What about the treadmill cardio? Beautiful. All right. Well, that's my problem. Okay. YouTube. Now it's your turn. Let me answer these questions. Okay. How much should you weigh at 6'2"? Okay. Okay. 6'2" guy. You have to understand. You have to understand something. You're 6'2", my brother. 6'2", how much should you weigh? Here's the truth. This is what you have to do, brother. You have to look in the mirror. Right? Look in the mirror and then take a photo and realize, what do I want to get rid of? Stomach, man boobs, right? I want bigger arms, a bigger chest, whatever it might be. Get more descriptive. It's not just about the weight. I don't care how much you weigh right now, okay? Be more descriptive of what you want to look like and what you want to get rid of. That's the first step. Because if you don't like the way you look, you have to lose fat and you have to build muscle, right? And sometimes the scale can go back and forth. But what you'll always be able to see the difference is always in photos. Taking photos is under fucking rated. Why do most people don't take photos? Because you don't like the way you look. You hate facing the truth. But John chapter 8 verse 32, the truth will set you free. We must look at the truth in order for us to move forward from it. So it's not about how much you should weigh. You can take your weight. I don't know how much you weigh right now. Maybe like 240, 260, whatever it might be. And if you have body fat, if you have a stomach, if you have man boobs, then you're definitely going to have to lose anywhere between 20 to 30 pounds for sure of fat, right? While you put on some muscle. So it's a little hard to say afterwards, right? Yeah. Let's see what my guy said. Okay. And what about the carnivore diet, keto diet? This is my advice to you, brother. I break all those diets down. My guy, if you go to my website, go to the Alex Duenas, D-U-E-N-A-S, I forgot my last name, YesDuenas.com. Go there, take the free macro training. Take a free macro training. I break down the keto diet, why it doesn't work. I break down carnivore diet. I break down the 7 p.m., eating after 7 p.m. I break down fucking fasting. I break down calorie counting. And I break down why it all comes back to macros. And for TikTok, just go to the link in my bio and just click the first thing. Click the link in my bio and it's me, the macro training thing there. That's your answer, my brother. Hopefully that answer. Okay. All right, they say cold plunge is the fastest way to drop body fat off your body. Motherfucker, it's not the fastest way to drop body fat. Okay? It's not the fastest way to drop body fat, bro. Cold plunging is not the fastest way to drop body fat. Do you think I don't have body fat because I fucking cold plunge? You think every person who has a six-pack cold plunges? No. Do you think do you think you have body fat because you weren't going on the cold plunge, or do you think you have body fat because you ate too much goddamn food? Right? Why do you think you have body fat? Because you ate too much goddamn food? Is it because every time you got hungry, you ate and you gave yourself that piece of pleasure? That's why. So if the reason you got body fat is because you ate too much damn food, why do you think cold plunging is going to help you drop body fat versus controlling the amount of food that you eat on a daily basis, especially if this is what causes you to get body fat? That goes for every single one of you guys. Why are you going to do cardio? Right? Why are you gonna fucking run, do the Stairmaster, right? Stairmaster, and work on cardio for 30 fucking minutes, and then go home and eat still whatever you want to eat? Why are you gonna waste 30 minutes of your precious life doing something that's not helping you get close to that's not helping you get to where you want to go, because it's not the reason you are where you are. It's not the reason you have 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 50, 60 pounds of body fat to lose. It's nowhere near the reason you got that. The whole reason is because you ate too much goddamn food. But what's harder? What's easier? What's easier? To get on a fucking cardio machine, to get on a treadmill, to get on a fucking Stairmaster, do that for 30 minutes than it is to really understand your food. Or what you believe is dieting, which is just getting rid of everything you enjoy and then going to eat like a rabbit. I love that. You'll lose water weight rapidly. There's people with fucking water weight. Motherfucking, oh, it's just water weight. Bitch, what the fuck do you think happens when you drink water? God, these people, I don't know where people got this from. Right? People are like, oh, it's just water weight. What do you think happens when you drink water? Like, I just lost a bunch of water weight. Bro, if you sweat and then you drink water, you replenish your water. I don't understand where people got that from. It's just probably water weight. Like you have gallons, you have like tanks of gallons that you just store. Oh, I sweat, I just lost the water weight. Motherfucker, your muscles are made up of 75% of water. Your blood is made up of water. Like every time you lose sweat and you drink water, you just replenish it back. Think about it. I don't know where people got that from, dude. It's mind-boggling. All right. What are they going to talk about? What's the topic here? Are not the end. No, you still lose water weight. Carbs are not the end. No, they're not. Okay. Back home, yeah. Yeah, I love my family, but I'm glad to be back home because I fucking get to do my little whiteboard sessions. Okay, so perfect. Now we can talk about the other stuff. These are my trophies that competed. Well, to get trophies, you work your ass off for these trophies. Yeah. Yeah, so my mom was like, yo, because I went to my mom's house. Mom was like, yo, take your trophies home. Like, I really don't want to take my trophies home. She's like, Alex, you worked your fucking ass off for these trophies. So this is when I competed for my my last time I competed in bodybuilding. And I came as for first place, and then I won the overall as well. Yeah. Yeah, this is the last time I competed in bodybuilding. I don't want it. I might make it a fucking thing to fucking drink out of. Okay. This is very important now. Let me look at YouTube. Okay, so I have 2 left. Okay. Okay. In today's lesson, I want to talk about, there's a really great book. It's called The One Thing. And been seeing you on and off for 2 years, bro. Of course, nothing. I ain't never stopping, bro. I've only gotten better. So, to that 2026 goals and vision, I highly recommend you get if you want to actually stick to your brain, get a piece of paper, get a pen, and write this shit down. Like, you're actually spending your time on TikTok wisely. I make sure that when I'm on here, I leave you guys way better than when you first found me today. This is the strategy that I'm going to use going into 2026 to accomplish some of my goals, vision. So if you really want this to stick with you, there's like what, it goes up by 30-40% chance it sticks with you if you write it down. So let's get serious now. Okay? Not kidding. So there's this book called The One Thing. Now, yeah, 100%. I want bigger aesthetics now. Weight loss. Do you suggest I'm not heavy? I'm going kind of shorter, 5'7". So I don't really want to bulk up. I'm not 5 short. Well, you're not that short. I'm fucking 5'7", dude. All right. So the One Thing is all based around the domino effect, right? It's based around this little domino effect, right? It's based around this little domino effect. That's it. Right? It's literally based around this one domino effect. And then there's like a fucking massive one. Right? Massive one, right? Okay? Okay, so the One Thing is based around this domino effect that this one domino, if you line dominoes up, like the smallest domino, you line them all up, and if you tip it over, it can tip over as big as the Eiffel Tower. Simply by one domino. Simply by one domino, it can tip over everything. So, which leads me into really asking you this one question, and I need you to ask yourself this question, okay? And this will really, because what we want is clarity. Clarity is power. When you have clarity, you have power. When you know where you're going, if you have a GPS, you get in your car, you know the directions, you know how long it's going to take you there, you know when to get there, you get there faster than if you had no GPS, no car, no nothing. So clarity is power. So the question I want to pose to you is this. What is the one thing in 2026 that if I accomplish everything else that I accomplish, it will be a successful year? Okay? What is the one thing that if I accomplish it will be a successful year? What is the one thing? What is the one thing that if I accomplish it will be a successful year? It will be a successful. If I accomplish it, it will be a successful year. And I pose this question because most people get this wrong. A year is not that long. Being obedient to God, that's too fucking broad. right? Thank you for giving me that example so I can make an example of that. That's too fucking broad. How do you measure that? What is the outcome? To be more obedient to God. It's broad. Healthy. That's fucking broad. Right? That's broad. Oh, to be healthy. That's broad. This is perfect. I'm not shitting on you. But this is why we're doing this. To be healthy. To be obedient with God. That's broad. That's not, you can't measure that. You need measurable. You need to measure it because that's how we tell if I say I want to lose 20, if I want to lose 40 pounds, okay, we can measure that. Every week, are you losing a pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds? How are you doing? You going up, you going down? That's measurable. I want to make 200 grand this year. Okay, cool. We can measure that. How much do I need to make a month? You know, I want to get a girlfriend. Cool. We can measure that. How many dates do you need to go on a week? How many girls do you have to ask out? I have to ask 10 girls a day for their number and ask them on a date. Cool. How many dates do you want to go on a week? 3 dates a week. I want to learn scripture. I want to learn more of the Bible. Okay, how do we measure that? Do you want to be able to say 10 Bible verses off the top of your head? Cool. I want to be able to say 10 Bible verses on top of my head. All right, I want to read the whole fucking chapter of Matthew, the whole chapter of John, whatever. Cool. Measurable. We need to have measurable goals. You can't just be broad. That's why most people never hit their goals. It's so broad. So let's get more specific with that. Yeah, Rose, I braided my hair. Under 5.4. Good. I wonder what my Klein's is at. I think I got Miley's. And Miley, are you in here? Did I get your A1C? I don't know if I did it with Miley. Right? Cool. Get my A1C under 5.4. Good. That's a good one. So, again, the question comes down to this. What is the one thing? What is? What is the one thing that if I accomplish it, it will be a successful year? Hello, Eileen. Right? Thank you, fam. Appreciate it. I can't fucking do it Smash Music right now, bro. Why the fuck that fucking... Read the Bible in its entirety. Okay. Okay, so I would break that down. What's up, Daniel? I would break that down. If you're going to read the whole Bible, right? You're going to read the whole Bible, you have to set some time for it. Then that's where the plan comes on, right? So once you have this question, right? What is the one thing? Work out 3 times a week. Good. Okay, no. Okay, no. I like the effort, but no. Because let's be honest, let's dig deeper. Let's dig deeper, right? I'm glad. Just bring them to me. I'm going to give you fucking, this is crucial. I want to work out 3 times a week. Motherfucker. So at the end of the year, if you worked out 3 times a week, but you still didn't fucking lose weight, you still didn't fucking gain muscle, would you be happy with that? At the end of the year, if you still look the same, would you be happy saying, at least I worked out 3 times a year? No, so your goal is not to work out 3 times a year, 3 times a week. Get specific. My goal is to get a 6-pack, right? My goal is to get a 6-pack. Bro, I'm going to fucking throw these markers to the fucking trash. I got like 20 new markers. That doesn't fucking work. This way. All right, all those markers don't work. Specific, okay? Gotta get specific with your goals. Jesus Christ. Sleep routine, alcohol. Okay, sleep routine and alcohol. Cool. Sleep routine and alcohol. Sleep routine and alcohol. Cool. Right? So that means you have to get to bed earlier. You have to get to bed earlier. Alcohol, right? How do we stop vices? Would you guys want me to go over how to stop vices? Because obviously you guys aren't fucking answering this question. So would you guys do you want me to go over how you can stop your vices? How this year, going into this year, because if you stop any of your vices, it'll make it a lot easier for you to get close to your goal. Okay? Okay, beautiful. So, vices. Let's go with the marker. Right? We have alcohol. We have drugs. We have lust, which is porn, and meaningless sex. We have overeating. Right? Overeating. Bad company. Negative self-talk. Right? So these are the vices that we have. Okay, my AC one was 18. Man, because what wasn't working, I stopped eating shit. Cars was for 2-3 weeks. Was on insulin and metformin. Doctors, they said I will be on insulin for the life. Okay, toxic traits. What do you mean toxic trait? Be more specific. My AC was 18, now it's 5. Uncle Charlie. Motherfucking Uncle Charlie, bro. You got to hit me up, Uncle Charlie. We'll get you in control, bro. Hold on, TikTok. Bro, let me show you something. Let me show you one of my guys. So going back to my website, right? Going back to my website. Look at this real quick. Right here. This right here. Read this real quick. This is one of my clients. Basically, you saved my life, bro. Let's call it what it is. I was dying. Diabetes, low blood sugar, no energy, could barely do 5 burpees. I'm a different person, and it's affected many areas of my life. I put up with less bullshit, except thanks again, brother. Yeah, I saved this man's life. This is one of my clients. Another one of my clients. Yeah, brother. It's never too late, bro. Okay, now, vices. Okay, we have to understand something. Why do we go towards vices? All of these things, every one of these things, we go to it because many different reasons. But I truly believe, right? We go towards them because we have a level of pain and we want to turn that pain into pleasure. That's why we go. That's why we go towards vices. You have a level of pain. That pain can be stress. That pain can be a broken heart, right? That pain can be of not feeling good enough. That pain can be fear. That pain can be doubt. That pain can be anxiety. That pain can be depression. Right? But you know why we also go to these fucking vices at times? Because you're bored. Right? Pain can be pain. No, we all have fucking... Pain comes from something. It does not come from anything. Happy holidays, but let's keep this on. Happy holidays from good devices because of boredom. We don't have anything else to do. No. We have a lot of things to do, right? We have a lot of things to do, right? But most people go to these vices because of some sort of reason, some sort of pain, and you just want pleasure. You want relief, right? If you're stressed out because of a relationship, you're stressed out because of money, right? You're stressed out because of something. You're stressed out because of work, whatever it might be. Stress will lead to one of these. You have a broken heart, you're feeling all this pain, you'll go to one of these. You're feeling not good enough, which is still pain because somebody broke up with you, your job fired you, you're not happy with where you're at in your life, pain. So you go to one of these vices. You know, you fear, how am I going to do this? Now you're worried, now you're anxious, now you're feeling all this stress, which all of this, right, gives you a level of stress. All of this gives you a level of stress. Yeah, every time we go here, we're feeling some sort of pain and we want to pleasure ourselves. We want to ease the pain. That's why. If you're stressed out, you might fucking overeat. You stressed out, you overeat. You're around bad company, you're gonna go and drink. And the one thing someone said, it's hard, especially lust. Right? Lust. The three biggest things in the book Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, the three biggest things. Okay? The three biggest, I fucking can't say what the fuck. The three biggest things that lead us to very low states of frequency is always going to be lust, alcohol, and overeating. Because here's the truth, okay? You have to eat every day. You have to eat every day. Regardless, you have to eat every day. That's why it's so easy to over fucking eat. Because you have to do it every day. Everything else you don't have to fucking do. Doesn't mean you don't do it, but you have to fucking eat. That's the first thing he gets people with, is a level of overeating. In good shape, still have high blood pressure. Bro, sometimes it's genetic, sometimes stress, bro, right? Sometimes stress, right? I've had high blood pressure. It just runs in my fucking family, right? It runs in my family. Fucking stress, not that much sleep, many reasons. Oh, is that Haley? Well, good morning, Haley. Good morning. Good morning. Right? Cool. How do we stop these vices? Let's break each and every single one of them down. I've had every single vice. I've done every single one of these. Right? I've done every single one of these. And I've helped people overcome a lot of these. So the first vice, how do we overcome alcohol? Right? How do we overcome alcohol? First things first, right? Most of the time, we don't drink alone. Right? We drink with friends. We drink with friends. So you gotta understand. Like if you keep hanging around bad company, you're going to keep drinking because you accept it as it being social. So alcohol, Friday night, Wednesday night, whatever it might be, if you're hanging out with people that are drinking, you really can't hang out with these people. But I love them. They're my friends. I get that. I've been there. I've hung out with my friends, some people that I've known for years, decades. And I've had to stop hanging out with them. Yeah, like that's the thing. You have to, like, you don't have to do anything. This is what I'm trying to get. You don't have to do anything. But your vision, your goal has to outweigh when you the temporary relief that you have with your friends. Why is it so, I wouldn't say easy for me to say no to these vices? It's because I know where I want to go with my life. Clarity is power. If you don't know where you want to go, then you're not willing to pay the price. And if this isn't big enough, you're not willing to make the sacrifice. There's a price you have to pay. And if you don't want this as bad, then more than you want to go and drink with your friends, you're never going to get there. And most of you will not give it up. I'm going to be honest. Most of you guys won't give it up. Because you failed to create something worth giving it up for. If I told you, wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, the next 30 days, it'll change your life. Come on. You'd be like, motherfucker, fuck that shit. If I said, yo, if you don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning every single day for the next 30 days, your mom dies. Now you're willing to pay the price. I ain't gonna let my motherfucker die. I'll fucking wake up at 2:50, 2:55, 2:59. The price. You're willing to pay it. So you don't have a lack of discipline at times. You just have a lack of reason. It's not big enough. You'll save your mom, your dog, your dad, your brother, your sister, your daughter, your kids. You don't wake up at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning for the next 30 days to save them. Because you're not willing to fucking let them die. That's how powerful a why can be. If you find a why big enough, you will do anything. The issue is you just don't have a big enough why. And what stops you from creating a better vision is what I've learned from working with many people is your limitations. You don't truly believe you can achieve certain things because you limit yourself, because you're basing what you can achieve based on what you've been able to accomplish. You've lost 5 pounds, you maybe lost 5, 10 pounds, or you haven't been able to lose weight. How the heck am I going to get a 6-pack? Is that even fucking possible? So you don't set the bar too high. And that's why it's not really motivating or inspiring to you. Eating healthy and exercise regularly. Yeah, but eating healthy and exercising regularly, that doesn't mean anything, brother. Right? If you want to get back to an original weight, it's not enough. I'm gonna eat healthier and eat. That means nothing. That's like saying I want to get to fucking California. I'm gonna drive around. You need a better plan. What's up, Rico? How are you, my brother? Okay, that's alcohol. Drugs is the same thing with fucking drugs, man. It's always, again, drugs, whether it's friends or when you're alone, right? How do you stop smoking? Like that's the thing. People smoke. It's people that smoke, like weed. I used to do the same thing. Again, I will come back to the thing. Why do you want to stop? Why do you want to stop? Why do you want to make this year different? But why? But why? But why? Is it because you want to fucking spend more time with your family? Is it because you want to wear different clothes? Is it because you want a better relationship? Right? Is it because you want to make more money? Right? Is it because you want to fucking finally wake up and jump out of bed? Why? Holidays have been well, grind season. I hope the holidays have been well, brother. I can't complain. Real. My Christmas was good, bro. I spent it with family, bro. I spent it with my brother, my mother, my grandma, my mom's fiance, John. It was sick, bro. We had a really cool time. Any questions so far? Any questions? I can't have boozy right now. His son had his first Christmas, so that was nice. Oh, that's beautiful, my brother. That's beautiful, bro. Congratulations on the baby boy. Right? Morning. Hope you had a great Christmas, bro. Morning, Ricky. I did, brother. I hope you had a great Christmas. It's good, bro. We have a few more days left of the year. We're getting ready for the new year. I mean, we're just getting ready in general, man. I mean, we've been getting ready, right? The weed, man, bro. How would I, if I had to stop weed, I'd first of all know where I want to go, and number two, I throw it away. Just don't get it around you. When you have things around you, it's a lot easier for you to do them. You must get rid of the things. You got to get rid of the things. And what ends up happening when you start to get rid of any of this stuff, right? When you start to get rid of the alcohol, when you start getting rid of the drugs, the biggest thing that starts to ensue is fear. Because we're afraid of letting go of who we are for who we're going to become. If you're so used to every weekend going and hanging out with your friends, where you're used to smoking 3, 4, 5 days a week, what are you going to do now? What are we going to do now? What am I going to do now? That's where everything comes down to. How am I going to replace this vice? Smoking almost a year ago, knock on almost 4 months. Good job, right? It left me with anxiety. Bloodwood, you want to inspire people and you're left with anxiety? Anxiety is just a notification for self-preservation, bro. Whenever you feel that level of anxiety, that's your body telling you something, right? Because now you're worried. You are coping. You are coping with this. When you smoke, because I used to smoke a lot. When you cope with smoking, you forget about your problems. That's the thing. You forget about your problems. Watch your live. I watched your live for oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So the thing is, now you're back into reality. Most people fucking drink, they do drugs, they smoke because they escape their reality. You don't like who you are. You don't like where you are in life. So you have to alternate your reality. That's as simple as it is. You don't like where you're at. You don't like the way you feel. No one drinks to feel worse. No one smokes to feel worse. Nobody overeats to feel worse. Nobody watches corn to feel worse. We all do these things to alternate our reality, alternate how we feel about where we are in our life right now. And so when you feel that level of anxiety, it's because now you're faced with your reality. You're faced with the truth, and you don't like the truth. Whether it's not where you want to be physically, where you want to be financially, where you want to be relationship-wise, or maybe you don't have that peace from God. Maybe, or you're also trying to control everything. How is this going to work out? Now you're worried, you're anxious, and you're not giving up control to the things you have no control over. See, whenever we get into action, right? Action, right? When we're doing the right things, when you're in flow state, when you're hitting that workout, when you're reading scripture, or when you're at your job and you're focused on your job, helping people, you're not faced with anxiety, you're not faced with depression, because you are in flow state. You're doing things that better the quality of your life. They better you as a person. This is what we're trying to really understand. I want you to understand here. Anytime you're working on yourself and bettering yourself, you are building, you're getting into a state of flow. You're not really focused on everything outside. You're not focused in the future. You're not focused in the past. But when you do things like this, you're leaving the present moment. You really are. Because you're borrowing tomorrow's happiness. Whenever you drink, you're borrowing tomorrow's happiness. You smoke, you're borrowing tomorrow's happiness. You're overeating, you're borrowing tomorrow's happiness. You're watching porn, you're borrowing tomorrow's happiness. And so you're living in debt. And then you show up to the next day not feeling too good about yourself. Because you took tomorrow's happiness and you used it. And now you're living with regret, with guilt, with shame. Then all of that starts to ensue fear, doubt, anxiety, and depression. So again, the three things that you can always take action is gonna be, number one, a workout. Most of you guys, even I was working out with my mom. I was working out with my mom yesterday. My mom doesn't really work out, but she stays active with her job. She's always walking around. But yesterday I was doing modified burpees with her. And after we got done doing 4 sets of 10, she's like, that was hard, but I feel so much better. Like, I have more energy. I'm like, of course you have more energy. You just took action. You took action, positive action. And so when you take positive action, you're granted positivity. You're granted feeling good. When you take negative action, which can also be fucking procrastination, putting off what you know you should be doing. Why don't you train your mom though? I do train my mom. Right? But it's like anything. You can't force somebody to want to work out and do things like that. Right? It's not like she's like, yo, I want you to work out with me. I want to get in better shape. Sometimes she doesn't. Sometimes she's like, I do this, I do that. So it's not that I'm training my mom. You can't force someone to work out. Let's see. All I do is 1 pound of grows for the 5 and the need oils, vegetable, no con. I'm in Florida, my brother, but I work with all people around. What if you can't get rid of triggers? For example, most of the time you work through your laptop and every work-related communication happens in browser, but at the same time, corn is 1 click away. I'm drinking 6 years. I don't miss a good job. I can't get rid of my laptop. No, bro, but every time you get that urge to go click, right? That's the thing, right? So if you have the urge to go click and watch corn, when you get that urge, right? Again, when you have that vice, you can't resist it, you replace it, right? You replace it, do fucking 5 push-ups. Right? If you're at work and you're about to get on the computer and you have time to go watch corn, whenever you get the urge to watch corn, you replace it with 5 fucking push-ups. if 10 minutes go by and you want to do it, you do another 5 push-ups. And the urge comes by, then you do another 5 push-ups. You start to replace, because all you're looking for from that vice, from that porn, all you're looking for is a high. That's it. I know this high all too well. All too well. You run into a problem, you're sitting there, you're like, damn, it's so easy for me just to go watch some porn. It's so easy. Go lock yourself in the room, you're good to go. And so whenever you get that temptation, it's a strong temptation, but this is the beautiful thing. This is the most beautiful thing. When you replace that temptation with something beneficial, your life gets so much better. So much better. And I'm assuming right now you don't have a girlfriend. You know, if you're watching constant porn and you don't have a girlfriend, most likely you don't have a girlfriend simply because you're not confident enough to go get a girlfriend. But if you still have the temptation for porn, use that. Strength is built through restraint. It's like somebody who drinks. If you're always drinking, the minute you stop drinking, you start to get more clarity, more energy, more confidence. You start to feel better about yourself. It's the same thing with corn. You have to understand, the addiction to corn is no different than any drug addiction or alcohol addiction. It's the same addiction. It's just we don't look at it from that perspective. That's why it's so socially acceptable. But it's a drug. How do we know? Because you're so addicted to it. You can't go without it. I've been there. It's almost crazy to think that you not to watch it when it's everywhere. It's on Instagram, it's on TikTok, it's on the browser. It's everywhere. It's massive addiction. So in return, as deadly as it is, the minute you stop doing that and you pour that into either your fitness or your finances, right, you will fucking excel. You will excel to the highest degree. Strength comes from restraint. The more we restrain, the more we gain, the more strength we gain. Yeah. And I'm in Gainesville. Right? You don't have a girlfriend. Beautiful, beautiful. Which leads me to this. Right? Which leads me to this. As you replace this right here, as you replace the lust, you create a vision. You create a vision of this woman. Right? In a non-sexual way all the time. Like, there's parts of it, yes, but what you can do, since you don't have a girlfriend, bro, you have to start imagining yourself like, I'm getting in better shape, I'm getting better financially, I'm getting closer to God, right? Use these 3 things. If you can't, after the 5 push-ups, you do them over and over and over again, go open the Word of God. Because the Word of God strengthens your soul and it starves your flesh. Because right now, the flesh wants this, right? Romans chapter 8, verse 7, for the carnal mind is enmity against God. The flesh just wants pleasure. When you create the ultimate sacrifice, which is sacrificing what your earthly desires are, then you're able to bring in what it is you want. But if you're always thinking about corn, always thinking about sex, if you're always thinking about this, you're not attracting love. You're attracting lust. And whatever your mind is constantly thinking of, it's what you're attracting in your life. And when you're constantly watching corn, your fucking test levels, bro, your test levels go down. Because you're not in a fight or flight mode. You're just letting it go over and over and over and over again. It messes with your heart because now you start to idolize. You start to idolize corn because it's the thing you think about the most. You think more about this than you think about God. So you're not idolizing God, you're idolizing this. Tips for someone who's quitting drinking or someone who's stuck in a cycle. Daisy, when it comes to drinking, quitting drinking, right? You can't resist the vice, you must replace it, right? So you have to realize, when do I want to drink? When do I typically drink? Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, maybe during the week? Cool. What am I doing during that time? Is it when I get home from work? Is it before work? Is it at work? When is it? Identify the time that you act. This is massive self-awareness. Identify the time that you get that trigger to drink. Once you have that, it's a pattern. Replace what you used to do with something more positive. Because again, anytime you want to drink, you're just looking for a high. Anytime you want to smoke, you're looking for a high. Anytime you want to watch porn, you're looking for a high. Anytime you want to overeat, you're looking for a high. I will try to follow your advice. It's not try, bro. You either do it or you don't fucking do it. There's no such thing as try. There is no try. Trying is you're already telling myself you're going to fail. You're telling me you're going to fail, right? You got to tell yourself, I'm going to fucking do this. I'm so hungover, nothing new, brother. You came in here like a few days ago hungover. What helped me was saying I don't drink. Instead, I quit drinking. Yeah, that's nothing. So that also comes to an identity shift. Atomic Habits talked about that. There's two people in front of you that there's two people that used to smoke. When you offer a cigarette to one of them, he says, I'm trying to quit. You offer a cigarette to the next person, they say, I don't smoke. There's a big difference there. At least I'm not hungover at work this time. No, yeah, but I can't even say what I want to say because. There you go. Read that. Right there. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Yeah. This is like the third time. Yeah. Can't say it, but I'll fucking write it. Yeah. He came, yeah, 100%. Oh, for sure. Especially when he was here, quitting is hard. No, what's hard is the people, your kids, because you have kids. What's hard is your kids watching you drink and being a disappointment to them. Quitting drinking is not hard. What's hard is teaching your kids it's okay to drink. Teaching your kids that I'm an example, I work out, but then I drink. Teaching your kids that it's okay to drink, to have a couple of drinks. That's hard. Your kids growing up, seeing mom drink, knowing she wants to stop. Because you never know that what you're setting an example, your daughter, 10 years from the year, 10, 15 years from now, ends up drinking, she gets in her car, gets into an accident, and she passes away. And part of it is the reason because she saw you drink, and it's okay to do that. People don't think about that. Right? You're trying to stop for yourself. You're not trying to stop to set a better example for your kids. Don't make it about yourself. Make it about your daughter, and show her what a woman who follows God, a woman who's disciplined, actually does. Take the stress that you're trying to get away from the drinking, and pour that into fitness, finances, or getting closer to God. That's the only reason you drink. Something's going on in your life, you go straight to the vice. There's some sort of pain that was gifted. The pain is a gift. But how are you ever going to grow if every time you get dealt this gift of pain to grow you physically, financially, emotionally, or spiritually, you sideline it with this abuse? And you're 21 years old, bro. You hang out with the wrong crowd, right? You're 21, right? You came in here you came here like 5 days ago and said, I'm never drinking again. And here you are drinking on Saturday. But you're 21, bro. Sometimes you won't learn the lesson until you learn the lesson. How is the pain a gift? Because pain is growth. Pain is growth. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Every time you're given this pain, what pain is it? You look at your body, you don't like what you see. The pain you feel from looking in the mirror and not liking what you see is the pain that should drive you to understand your macros, your protein, carbs, and fats. It should drive you to go work out more. The pain you get, maybe financially, should drive you to learn how to make more money. The pain you have of not being in the relationship you want should make you want to become a better woman so you can attract the quality of man that you want in your life. The pain you get of worry, of doubt, of fear should drive you to get closer to God, read scripture, so that you can have more faith. The pain is a gift. Anytime you feel this pain, it's meant to push you in the right direction of growth. Of course, Joy. Today I need to hear, of course, Abby. No, bro. Until you don't realize how much of a loser your friends are, and until you don't have a bigger reason to stop drinking, you're not gonna stop. It might take you until you're 23, 24, 25. You might not stop until you're fucking 30. Who never knows, brother? Who knows? Just know that every time you do that, you're just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. That's it. As long as you can accept that and be okay with getting worse every single weekend that you drink, then by all means go for it. That's fine. But when you see somebody that you know, or somebody's the same age as you, a year from now, we're better off physically, better off financially, and you're sitting there, fuck, dude, why can't I fucking be there? You're going to realize it's because you kept taking back steps. What's up, Vinny? Would it be best for me to stop right now? But you ain't going to stop right now. You're going to continue doing it. All right? You said you weren't going to drink 5 days ago. Like, you're someone that I'm not even going to try to pour time into, because you're not going to stop. You're the type of guy right now that you're not going to stop. I quit the point. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, right? And sometimes it takes age, man. Unfortunately, sometimes it takes time. That would be the best time to drink. Yeah, 100%. Like, look at their life. Like, do you want to be with where they're at in life? And that goes for everybody. What's your placement? Push-ups, brother. Push-ups. Oh, Shana, best one on YouTube. I appreciate it, brother. God bless you. Can you show us how to do a modified burpee? Thank you. Yeah, I got you, brother. I'm going to stop drinking. No, you're not going to stop drinking, bro. You're not. You probably stopped telling me you drank, but you're not going to stop drinking. You were hungover 5 days ago and you drank again. You're not going to stop. That's how it is, bro. You ain't going to stop. Modified, bro. If you do a modified burpee, it's simple. All you're going to do, my brother, all you're going to do is modified burpee. You're here, hands on the ground, here, lay down, pick yourself back up, and that's one. Same thing, down, pick yourself back up. That's two. Post kick my king. Thank you. Fuck yeah, Nick. Good job, brother. Fuck yeah. I love the whiteboard session just as much as you do. And so, of course, brother. So, and I do these. Not if you keep drinking. And I do these whiteboards to give you an insight of what my coaching is about. I'm not just a fitness coach. The difference with this versus you actually having a personal connections with me is that I get to actually look at your personal problems. And every day we change your habits, right? So for some of you guys that ask, how can I stop? How can I stop? You can take the advice that I'm giving you, which does work. But until you don't build these internal principles inside, right? Until you don't build these internal principles, right? Until you don't build these internal principles, do I teach mindset? Motherfucker, if I'm giving you guys this for free, what do you think fucking happens when you invest in working with me personally? We actually take it to another level, and we actually get you to replace the vice with fucking daily habits that get you to become who you want to be. Stay within macros but calorie surplus and gain weight still? What the fuck? Hold on, let me read that again. Is it possible to stay within macros but calorie surplus and gain weight still? So you asked, is it possible to stay within my budget but then go over my budget and still gain weight? Right? It's like, I have a budget. Can I go over my budget and go into debt? What you can't, it doesn't work. What do you mean? You see what I'm saying? Can I stay within my macros? Can I stay within my budget? But then go over my budget and still gain weight? Yeah. You're not staying within your budget if you're doing a surplus. If you have a budget of 10 grand and you spend 11 grand, Am I still going to go into, am I still going to be negative? Yes, you're going to be negative. Yes. You're not staying within your budget then. You're going over. Yeah, man. And it's like, I'm going to plan these out more. Yeah, that's my goal. Really plan this out. You need a plan, bro. You need a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to fail. You're going to fail, bro. A plan is so needed. You need a plan from the minute you wake up, right? You need a plan, right? You need a plan to get to your goal. You need a vision, right? With that plan, you need to learn how to track progress. With that, you need to make adjustments, right? You can't negotiate. You can't negotiate. Every time you negotiate, you fall off. If not, whatever your fucking 2026 goal is, you're gonna fucking fail at it. Right? You have to reflect back on this year and why you didn't accomplish it. What's so different about next year? What's so different this year? Like this going in, like what happened this year? What happened last year? This isn't the first time you're trying to quit drinking. This isn't the first time you're trying to lose weight. This isn't the first time you're trying to stop corn. It's not. So what's going to be different? I'm going to be more disciplined this time. Get the fuck out of here. Why weren't you disciplined 2 months ago? Why weren't you disciplined 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago? I'm trying to hit you with the truth, man. I'm not here to placate you. I'm not here to sell you shit. I'm just here to tell you the truth. You will not change a year from now. If something dramatically does not happen, unless you change the plan, unless you get either someone to help you out, when you have a fucking plan that actually works. It's not watching corn and good. Yeah, bro. And that comes from raising your baseline level of discipline. Anytime, Mitchie. I don't like your name. I don't like your name. You should never call yourself that. My opinion. The same. Like I wouldn't want to call you Mitchie. I just call you Mitchie. Right? Words are powerful. How is boneless? If I stay under maintenance only in KFC, can I get the fuck out? I'm going to bed now. Take care, man. How is boneless chicken thighs cooked in butter? What do you? Don't fucking cook them in butter, bro. It's so much fat. Possibly a fake account. Why? Because she's good looking. Right? Yeah, I know all guys need help with that. I'm gonna come up with the training. I was meant to come up with the training. It's fucking 11. I was meant to come up with the training. Just like my macro training, right? Nancy, hello Nancy. Chicken thighs already have enough. Yeah, if you take out the fat stuff. I like to think I'm wise. I read every single day. I spent well over 60 grand in my own education. Didn't go to college. I dropped out of college. I spent 60 grand on coaches, mentors. I've hung out with people who make $2 million a month. I hang out with people who make 100 grand a month. I've been with psychologists. I've hired coaches. Yeah. The only reason I'm wise at my age is I've put in the work. I've hired good people, and I simply just know that it's worth investing. I just want to have a good life. Why did everything changing my username? It's very old. Yeah, I 100% change it. Yeah, Eric wishes, bro. Eric wishes. Eric, get out of here, bro. You and your fucking anxiety that you fucking hit me up every single day, right? Same thing with you, Eric. Get your fucking shit together, brother. You're struggling financially. You're struggling with anxiety. It's probably because you're watching corn. You're not eating right. You're causing your own problems. Don't even worry about that girl, brother. You have way too many fucking self-sabotaging issues to be worrying about this fucking girl. Focus on your vices, getting rid of your vices, and getting closer to God. That's why you have so much anxiety, because you're going the opposite direction. We back on YouTube? Yeah, we are. Fanny, why do you need to add more oil? Can I cook it in chicken broth? Why you cook it in chicken broth? Just put fucking spray on the pan. Yeah, 100%, brother. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good, does it? No, dude. And I'm just calling you up. You can have a beautiful woman by your side, but you're not worthy of a great woman. You're not. I wasn't either. There's too much lust in mine. So trust me, I understand. I was worthy of great women, but not the right woman because of my lusting. But you gotta get rid of those things. If not, you don't have to do fucking shit, bro. You can fucking continue your life for the next... How old are you, brother? 25, 30, 35? See, that's the thing with you guys. You have to understand something, right? And this is probably what really... And, like, you gotta understand, right? The crazy part is this. 28, you're 28, bro, right? You're 28. I was speaking, guys, 28, 30, 35, 44, 50. And they all fucking still stuck. I've talked to so many people. Right, Jesus, right? And as you realize, most people, they don't change. They just become more of who they are now. That's it. People, as you get older, right? People don't change, bro. They just become more of who they already are. That's it. Why? Because change is hard. That's why, if you get in a relationship, don't try to change the person. Don't try to change the person. Because if you can really change yourself, how the fuck are you going to change someone else? And why is it that people fucking never really fucking change, bro? Right? Why is it? Why is it that from the age of fucking 0 till about 25, we change so much? Why is it from the age of 0 to 25, we change so much? Why is it that we grow so much from 0 to 25? Because every single fucking day, from the time we're fucking born to about 25, we have mentors. We have teachers. We have bosses. Right? After 25 to fucking 65, nobody ever has people. No one ever gets a mentor. No one ever gets coaches. The ego gets in the way. The ego gets in the way. I can do it myself. I can lose this weight. I can learn how to make more money. Or they get this fucking petty ass victim mentality. Losing weight is just so hard. Stop drinking is so hard. I can't make that much money. Making money is so hard. Man, all girls are cheaters. So they play the fucking victim until they're 28, 30, 31, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. The victim. Oh, his life is so harsh. They fucking get castrated. Most men get fucking castrated. That's why their test levels are so fucking low. Right? They stop doing so much hard things, man. Why do you think guys that go to the fucking military change so much? People think David Goggins is hard. David Goggins became a fucking Navy SEAL. He had fucking drill sergeants. Right? People love David Goggins, but people fail to realize he was fucking drilled and made to do tough ass shit that most people don't do. He didn't do it himself. He literally went and was fucking beaten and broken and battered, and then he became what he became. He didn't do it himself. I didn't do any of this myself. I didn't get these trophies myself. I didn't learn this wisdom myself. I hired people. I took risks, right? This is why most of you guys aren't where you want to go. You play it so fucking safe. You are tiptoeing to fucking death. You gotta realize you only get one shot at this. And like, what's the worst that can happen? If you fucking live in your car? I always tell myself, what's the worst that happen? I live in my car. I always be able to fucking afford my car. All right, live in a car. Worst thing, I'll live on someone's couch. I'm nice enough and I'm charismatic enough that I can knock on at least 10 doors, find some good-looking girl or maybe not so good-looking girl if I end up broke as a joke. Hey, can me and my dog stay with you? Sure, cool. All right, you have a floor? Cool, let me do some fucking push-ups. All right, bet. Like, I need to stay here for like a week. Let me get my fucking TikTok going. Let me see who I can help. How many people can I talk to help lose fucking 10 pounds? Yeah, Jada, there you go. Fuck yeah. All right, cool. I can help you lose 10 pounds. That's one of the most beautiful things about being in shape and having charisma, right? You can go dead broke. I've slept in my car. Let me fucking tell you this story, right? I drove, right? Look at this. I drove to Cali, right? I drove to California when I was 20 years old. All right, I slept, right? I slept on a couch, on my dad's friend's couch, who he knew for 30 years. I slept on his couch for 5 days. 5 days. Okay? I had $2,000 to my name and a car and no job. No job. I drove out to California and I slept on this couch for 5 days. In those 5 days, I was looking for a job in Venice Beach. I finally get to this Italian restaurant and I go in there and say, okay, he's like, I'll give you an opportunity if you can memorize this Italian song that we sing to people during their birthdays. I'm like, say fucking less. So I go to the library and I start to kind of read this fucking thing. I don't know fucking Italian. Right? I don't know Italian, so fuck it, dude. I go and I fucking sit my ass down on this fucking thing at this fucking library, right? I'm at this library, I'm reading the fucking thing. And then I'm like, why the fuck am I gonna work at the motherfucking restaurant? You know your job. Why can't I be a personal trainer? I'm a trainer. I'm a great fucking trainer. I've been a trainer for 2 years now. I'm a great trainer. This is right? So I'm a trainer, right? $2,000 to my name, no job, sleeping on this fucking couch. So, I'm optimistic as a motherfucker. I don't care. It's shitty ass couch. I'm so happy to be living in California. I like California. California is beautiful. Then I have bus table there, right? California is beautiful. I get the beaches there, motherfucking, the beach, the fucking weather. I'm living the fucking dream. Even though I'm sleeping on the fucking couch and I got no job, whatever, dude. Okay, so, one day, on the 5th day, I think 5th day or 6th day, 5th day, I get a call. I'm at Gold's Gym. Gold's Gym, Venice Beach. I'm knocking out a beautiful workout. And I get a call from my dad's friend. Hey, because he didn't even have a house. He had a stepsister or step house, whatever it is. Sleeping, he was renting out this fucking house on the side of another house. So it's literally him sleeping in the bed and I'm sleeping on this fucking couch. And what am I eating? I'm fucking eating cans of tuna with bread. Cans of tuna with bread because I can't cook at this motherfucker's house. So I'm drinking protein shakes, I'm eating canned tuna, and I'm eating cottage cheese. Cottage cheese, tuna, protein shakes. That's it. And I am happier than a fucking clown at a 3-year-old's fucking birthday party. I'm like, I'm in California, I look great, I'm getting my protein in, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. So, now, I'm working out, getting a good pump on. I'm seeing all the bodybuilders, because I love bodybuilding. I get a call. He's like, hey, don't come home tonight. I got a girl coming over. I'm like, all right, bet. Right? I'm like, bet. Hey, that's perfectly fine. I'll see you tomorrow. So now I just got kicked out for the night. Because he has some fucking chick fucking sleeping over. It's probably why his fucking life sucks. Right? He's fucking drinking. He's like 50 something years old. Doesn't even have his own fucking place. Whatever. Dude, I didn't care. I'm like, fuck yeah. This is my opportunity. This is what I've been fucking waiting for. So, I get done working out. I have a meal. I don't fucking know California. So I look for like a neighborhood. All right, this looks like a nice neighborhood. I park my fucking car. I get my flashlight. I read my fucking book. I'm reading my book. I'm like, okay, time to go to bed. I shut everything off. I lay back. I have a pillow and I just go to bed. I just go to bed. And then I wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what a beautiful day. And I fucking get my toothbrush, I get my toothpaste, I put some water in there, and I brush my fucking teeth. Cool. All right. So I gotta eat breakfast, then I gotta go work out, and then I gotta look for this fucking job. Right? So, whatever. Right? Happy as a fucking clown. And so, at one point, I'm like, bro, you know what? I can't keep going back to this motherfucker's house. I gotta find another place. At the moment, I was in a relationship. And my girlfriend was living in Orlando. And she looked up some personal training jobs for me. So she texted me, said, hey, there's this guy in Newport Beach. He's looking for a personal trainer. It's about an hour and a half away. Fuck it. I'll go there. So I packed my bags. I left one bag at his place. Because I'm like, what if I have to come back? Because my goal was to go there and sleep in my car. Because like, I don't want to come back to this motherfucker's place. So I leave one bag. I drive down, right? I drive down to Newport. Beautiful place. I drive down to Newport. I meet this guy. He's got like a CrossFit gym, whatever. I get there. Nice to meet you. How are you? Fucking happy as a fucking clown. Nice to meet you. We sit down. We do the interview. He's like, I fucking like you. I'm like, of course you do, bro. My fucking attitude of gratitude, baby. And so he's like, you can get the job. Thank you. Appreciate it. So cool. So he starts showing me around the gym. And we go back to the storage. Like there's this big wall. And then I'm like, we start going inside there. Right? We start going inside there. And there's just a bunch of fucking clutter. But there's this masseuse table. And so I'm like, hey, is anyone staying in this room? He's like, no. I'm like, do you mind if I sleep here? He's like, you want to sleep here? I'm like, yeah, I really don't have any other fucking place to sleep. He's like, I mean, as long as you wake up tomorrow and you work out the people, that's perfectly fine. Bet. So I drove my ass back to LA, Venice, Longwood technically. I drove over there. I told him, hey, I'm leaving. The people who owned the house, they actually came out to meet me. And they're like, hey, we just want to say, like, if you ever need to come back, like, you can stay with us. Like, you don't have to stay with him. Like, you can stay with us. I'm like, I appreciate it. So they liked me. Of course, like this fucking ray of sunshine. And so, good. So if worst case scenario, I can come back and stay inside the real fucking house, not that motherfucker's couch, whatever, right? Good connections. So I sleep there, I go back out there, and the next day I kind of hang out with him. He teaches more about what he does at the gym, and then we go back to his house. And this motherfucker lives on a mountain. This motherfucker, I'm like driving, I'm in this car, and I'm like looking around, and all these mountains, and these houses, massive houses on these mountains. I'm like, goddamn. And so we pull up to him, we get some steaks. I start grilling up these steaks. I'm like, bro, how the fuck, I'm in this fucking beautiful ass fucking house, grilling some fucking steaks. Fucking, I just moved out of that fucking guy's house. I might be living in the gym, but fucking, who gives a fuck? I'm grilling steaks and this beautiful view of the fucking horizon. What the fuck? Whatever. We sit down. We start talking about business. We start talking about all these different things. Cool. I go back and then I stay the night. I sleep on this fucking masseuse table. And I told myself, I'm going to wake up tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I'm going to teach class and I'm going to go pass out my business cards. Now, at the moment, I was studying, right? If you guys aren't familiar with a guy named Tai Lopez, I don't care what's happened to him recently with the Sprodies. I bought a program, okay? I bought a 67-step program, right? I saw his ad on YouTube, right? Aloha, brother. How are you? Tell the way. Right? So I saw here in my garage. If you're familiar with the YouTube, here in my garage. And I got this Lamborghini. But what I'm more impressed about is these new 12 bookshelves that I had to install to have all my books. Whatever. It was very early on, YouTube ad, whatever. Great fucking, I bought his program. I was 19 years old. 67 steps, $67. Changed my life. Changed my life. So and it actually motivated me to drive to California. So I'm sitting there doing step 55, step 54, whatever. And this lecture is like this. Whatever. I go to bed. This is like it's like day 8. Day 8 of being in California. It hasn't even been 2 fucking weeks. And look how much has happened. So much has happened in just 8 fucking days of me being in California. So, I go to bed on this masseuse table that's harder than a fucking rock. I don't give a fuck. Wake up at 5, brush my teeth, teach class. Put my clothes on. Well, I already have my clothes on. I have my business card. My business cards. I start walking around. Hey, my name's Alex. I just moved from Florida. I'm a personal trainer. Hey, my name's Alex. From personal trainer. Hey, my name's Alex. Hey, my name's Alex. Hey, my name's personal trainer. If you're looking for a personal trainer, start passing out these cards. No. I'll think about it. No. I'll think about it. I'm just going up to fucking strangers. And giving them my business card. Whatever, right? You know, and then I met to meet some people. And then I met some people at Starbucks. And then after about 2 hours, I think 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that, I'm like getting kind of tired. I'm like, okay, the rejection kind of is getting up to me. Whatever. So I'm climbing up this fucking hill. And there's a lady behind me. She has her headphones in and she's like speed walking. I look behind me and then I talk to myself. I'm like, bro, give her a card. No, bro, she has her fucking headphones on. She's not even gonna fucking pay attention to you. I'm like, just give her a fucking card. So I turn around. Hi, how are you? My name's Alex. I'm a personal trainer. Like, if you need a personal trainer, let me know. She takes her headphones out, takes my card. She's like, I was just thinking about a personal trainer. I'm like, no way. He's like, are you local? I'm local. I just moved here. No way. He's like, the lady that I stay with, she also needs a personal trainer. I'm like, no fucking way. He's like, I live right there. Do you want to come with me? I said, lead the way. And so we're walking, we're talking. Then we pull up to this house. She goes inside, talks to the lady. I come inside. Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Alex. Da 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 da. 2 retired lawyers. Her and her husband, retired lawyer. The girl that I talked to happens to be like their cousin or whatever. And so now they're like, yeah, like, do you want to put us through a workout? I'm like, say less. I'll put you through a workout. I got my stuff. So I put them through a workout. They absolutely fucking loved it. After we're done doing the workout, we started negotiating, things like that. She's like, hey, look, that's a lot of money that I can pay you right now because like they're retired or whatever. I was like, but what I do have is I have a spare bedroom. Like, would you be willing to stay here and train us? And for pretty much not for free, but like, you can stay here for free if you train us. I said, say fucking less. I look at the room. It's a beautiful room. Nice fucking queen bed. Nobody lives in it. Say less. I go back to the fucking gym, I pick up my shit, and I fucking move in. This is what fucking taking risk is about. I literally got to California. I drove to California, right? At 20 years old. I slept on this man's couch for about 5-6 days. Okay? I went into it. I went up, got this job, went to the fucking gym place, and within 8 fucking days, 8 days, less than 2 weeks, I got myself a fucking place to fucking live. I got myself one client, right? I got myself a one fucking place to live. 2 weeks later, I got my next client. Right? I had nothing when I got there. But it's the risk. High risk, high reward. I was willing to fucking get rejected fucking 100 times. I was willing to drive out there with only $2,000 and no job. And a fucking man's couch that I've never fucking met. I never met this guy. I'm just gonna sleep on his couch? Fuck it. Eating tuna, cottage cheese, and protein shakes. So tell me, why are you so fucking afraid? Because you have no fucking confidence. Right? You have no confidence. I had confidence because I knew how I looked good. I did the things I was supposed to do. Confidence will make you take more risk. The reason you don't have what you want is you're not taking enough risk. You're not taking enough risk because you don't have the confidence. You need to muster up courage. That's all I had here was confidence and courage. Let's see if I have a... So, and this all branched out. This all branched out because of fucking Eric and his situation. My motherfucker, you gotta fucking take risk. I ended up fucking I ended up going broke after 3 or 4 months. But I can tell that story too. But I'm running out of time. Let's see if I can find the photo when I was in California. Ah, fuck. Yeah. Oh, fuck. These. All right. This is me when I got to California. This is Los Angeles. I got to Los Angeles. This is me in Newport. When I went to go check out the gym, this is Newport. Yeah, this is Orange County, Newport Harbor. Yeah. I went to fucking Newport to go check out the fucking gym. Right? This is me on the fucking beach. This is me at the fucking lady's house. This is me at the fucking lady's house. She had a beautiful backyard. I was like, all right, now that I'm done training, this is me eating a fucking plate of cookies at this woman's house on my 21st birthday. On my 21st birthday, eating a plate of fucking cookies. This is me at Newport Beach. I was fucking living it. But it's just risk. It's just risk. The more risk you take, the better the reward. You gotta take risks. You gotta bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Make life adventurous. If life seems boring, it's because you're not taking enough risk. Stop being afraid to fail, man. What's the worst that could fucking happen? You ain't gonna go hungry. Right? Tuna and protein shakes, baby. Tuna and protein shakes. And cottage cheese, bro. And bread. That's all I was eating. That's all I was eating, man. Tuna, cottage cheese, and bread. That's hilarious, bro. Crack myself up. What if I don't have a direction? Confidence and courage comes after, doesn't it? You do have direction, brother. You do have direction. Go look at your body. Right? You do have direction, bro. Now, if you don't have directions on what to do when it comes to getting fit, that's a different story, right? We can always work on that. But everyone has direction. Everybody, you can always be more fit. You can always get in better shape, and that only gives you more confidence, right? When you start to work out, and if you don't know how to work out, then you can work with somebody, or you can literally start at home, right? But that's how you start to build confidence within yourself. You start to do things that are difficult. Confidence comes from doing things that are difficult consistently over and over and over and over again. Any last questions? I can cook. Yeah, bro, you can put Pam spray on it. But the butter will fuck you up. It just has a lot of fat. Butter is not bad. It just has a lot of fucking... It's a lot for what you get. Yeah, man. Fuck it, dude. I would do anything. I would go into any massive amount. And I got more stories, too. I've gone into massive amounts of debt just to get myself out of debt. Just to improve the quality of my life, man. I don't follow the system, bro. I've never followed the system. That's why I never had a 9 to 5. And I forgot, I was going to talk about this the other day. It was like something about confidence or something about I forgot what it was. But it's like choosing the life. Now, my brother, since I gained my first lick of confidence from working out, right? Nice, brother. How was it? How like it, bro? How'd you like it? But when I started getting confident by the time I was 12 years old, right? Being social in Colombia. Colombia changed my life, man. You don't have to go to Colombia, but just the fact of getting in better shape, being around new people, like getting my first makeout session, like having these, and then being around my family, like my cousins and my uncles, and a bunch of love, you know? Of course, but you'll always learn when you listen to me. You'll change your life when you listen to me. That's it. Because I've been able to change my life. I'm no different than you, brother. I'm no different than any of you motherfuckers. If you have a heart, you have 2 arms, 2 legs, we're no different. It's just the decision and the wisdom. That's it. We all have temptations. I have just as much temptation as you do. But it's every single day I know it's going to come. And I've learned and I've had other people discipline me. That's the thing. I've had enough humility, right? I've had enough humility to, and back to the 0 to 25. The reason people go from 25 to 65 and they never get better in life is because they never get more people in their life to help them. Best thing I ever did was hire people to get me into a better spot, right? Because I want to be better, man. We all do. Everyone in here, everyone watching me, you want to be better. You want a better relationship. You want to be better. You want to be better physically, financially, spiritually. Not everyone has willpower. It's not about willpower. But everybody wants to get better. Everybody. Every single human being wants to get better. It's in our nature. Nobody wants to get worse. Some people get better, some people get worse. But nobody, if I walked into a room and said, raise your hand if you want to wake up fatter, broker, lonelier, and no spiritual connection to God. Raise your fucking hand. Nobody would raise their hand. But if I said, who wants to wake up fitter, better financially, better relationship, and closer to God? We all do. And everyone that did get better had felt the same way you did. Where does one start? Now, dude. Start with your workouts. What do you have control of? You have control of your workouts. You have control of what you put in your body. You have control of what you read and what you do. Start there. It does take willpower. It doesn't take willpower, bro. It takes discipline. Willpower is like a battery. Willpower runs out, bro. Willpower runs out. It's not willpower that wakes you up at 3 o'clock in the morning every single day. It's discipline. It's like, I don't care how I feel. Willpower is about how you feel. Discipline doesn't give a fuck how you feel. It just has an objective. Good morning, Taurus. But no one does the work to get it. I'm not saying nobody, it's not that no one does the work. Not everyone does. Yeah, willpower is what people have. It's a little bit of motivation they get Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. That's willpower, right? Then their lack of discipline shows up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because discipline is saying no. Discipline is saying no to people, the people that you are around, no to your negotiating, no to the lesser version of yourself. And discipline is a muscle, though. You train it. And before you know it, you enjoy discipline. How do you build discipline? There's 2 ways. Either self-discipline or you get someone to discipline you. Right? Think about college. Let's take college. If they didn't have professors in college, nobody would graduate on time. Very few people would graduate out of college if they didn't have professors. If they gave them all the material, hey, this is what you have to study every single week. These are the times you have to take tests. Do it on your own. Very, very few people would graduate because human beings are horrible at accountability. Human beings, given the opportunity, most of them will take the easy route. Why do you think most people put off the things to last minute? There's no urgency. Human beings are the greatest procrastinators on earth because there's no urgency. And once you leave college or school, there's nobody to keep you accountable. Only your boss. And that's why you still go to work. Whether you're tired, you're hungover, whether you're not motivated, whether you're motivated, whether you hate your job, whether you like your coworkers, whether you don't like your coworkers, you still go to work. You still wake up and go work. Because you have a boss and you get paid. That's it. Doesn't work like that in the gym. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to do it, you can't just show up and expect to get what you want. That's what working for someone does for you. As long as you show up, do a little bit of work, you still get paid. Doesn't work like that with anything else in your life. You have to actually put in some really good work, and you really have to be aware of what you're doing. And I can't, good for you. It's not bad. I just don't eat it no more. Tuna in the can is not bad. But yeah, brother, discipline, you can start off with the simple wake up time. Wake up earlier. Se ocupa fuerza de voluntad y como dices, disciplina. Yeah, definitivamente. Y tienes que pensar qué tú quieres. ¿Quieres ser un perdedor en la vida o quieres ser un ganador? ¿Quieres tomar o te quieres sentir mejor? ¿Quieres ser respetado o quieres que nadie te mire con respeto? Así es. Cada vez que tú tomas con tus amigos, tú pierdes respeto. Cada vez que vas y no tomas, tú ganas respeto. Porque estás haciendo algo que es más difícil. Es fácil tomar con tus amigos. Es difícil decirle que no. Porque te miran diferente. Y porque no estás tomando, ay, no seas no seas tan marica, no seas así. No, no quiero. Eso toma cojones para decirle que no tengo. Mientras todo el mundo te dice, hágalo, ay, no seas tan pinche, no seas así. No, eso toma cojones. Were you always like this, or did you something change? Spanish. I was always, my dad disciplined me growing up. My dad put me in baseball for 8 years, and he would always discipline me to coach baseball, right? We would always have more practice. We would always do more practice. He'd make me go to practice when I did. There's so many times I fucking was mad because I didn't want to go to practice. I didn't want to go to practice, and he would fucking force me to go to practice. And every time I left practice, I was always so happy I went to practice. Right? My dad disciplined me. Esmarse. No, esmerzarse. I gotta learn to say that word. You know, as I got older, brother, I had mentors. You know, my last coaches were my business coaches, and they disciplined me to do more business stuff, more outreach, talk to more people, get more people on calls, set appointments, things I didn't want to do, but they held me accountable. And when I paid money, it also held me accountable. Like when you want to be better at something, you go find someone who's already doing it. If you want to get better at football, you go to a football coach. You want to get better at baseball, you go to a baseball coach. You join a team, you join something. You know, anything in life that you want to get better at, you find someone who's already doing it and you work with them. That's like the cheat code in life. Makes a difference when you have somebody in your life raising your standards and teaching you new habits. But no, I wasn't always like this, brother. No, I have had people. I paid people, man. It's nice when you have someone to tell you what to do that you know is making you better. That's how I always felt when I got coaches, right? I need to get better at saving money. I mean, the way I look at it when it comes to that, brother, is just assets versus liabilities, right? I told myself, if I don't spend money on fucking alcohol, drugs, and things like, which I have for sure, you know, but I pour it back into myself, then I'm gonna be good. You know, mentor, if I don't have any, but you have one in front of you now, brother. Like, there's a bunch of coaches online, right? But you have to find out which one you trust the most, which one you like what they stand for, and which one you think can help you the most. Right? And the asset versus liability, that's what I got from when it came to money wise. Rich Dad Poor Dad, assets versus liabilities. I always looked at myself as an asset. Right? It's good to be regimented. It's never a bad thing, bro. It's never a bad thing. Just it's about being honest. It's about being honest. That's what it comes down. If you look in the mirror, take a photo, take your clothes off. How do you feel about that? You know the truth. When you face the truth, John chapter 8, verse 32, the truth will set you free. And that's what I come on here to speak, man. I just try to tell you the truth. And I believe that's what separates me, because I'm just trying to tell you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. What I've found working with so many people. And what's made the biggest difference in people's lives is when you have someone just fucking telling you the honest truth and then giving you a way to rise up. People don't have mentors in life, man. Like, if you get anything from my lives and you know it benefits you, that's the power of listening to the right people. And I don't have all the answers, but after 19 years of working out consistently, I have a level of consistency that most people don't. I've never fallen off. 19 fucking years. I've never fallen off. I've been coaching people for 12 years. So I understand the mindset. I don't think people really understand what it's like. Like, you go 2 months, 3 months, and you fall off for like a month. You go 2 weeks, then you quit. Imagine 19 fucking years. Why? Because the benefits have been immensely incredible. Imagine going from $10 an hour to $100 an hour. Think about how much your life would change going from $10 to $100 an hour. Now imagine going from $100 an hour back down to $10 an hour. That's what it's like to go from not being fit to being extremely fit. Like, when you get fit and you get a six-pack, people just don't treat you the same. You don't look people the same. There's more opportunities for you. You have so much more freedom. You feel younger. You have more energy. You look at what people can't even imagine doing, and you do it. Like, you see a good-looking girl, you'll go up to her and say, "What's up? You want to start a business? You want to make content? You'll fucking make content. You want to walk around with your shirt off while everyone has their shirt on? You just walk around with your shirt off. You walk around with your shirt off. People fucking honk at you. Like, you go to job opportunities and people are like, what the fuck? What do you do? You go places, people want to get to know you. People look at you and they want to have a conversation with you. That's what happens when you get really fit. You become somebody worth knowing. You become someone important. When you're not fit, people don't look at you. People just glaze by you. Girls don't really pay attention to you. You don't have that many options. No, bro, it's because I put in the work. And that's why I've been so consistent for 19 years. That's why I've been consistent, because I'm like, I can't imagine going, like, letting go of all this. I can't imagine going, and what it just shows, it's a level of respect. Like, wow, you did something that I quit on doing. How did you do it? Look at this. Look at this. This is my 60-year-old client. My 60-year-old client. Let me show you something. This is my 60-year-old client. Right? He's 60 years old. 60 years old. I got him in he came to me in decent shape, and then I just shredded him down. Look at his back. I took off all that body fat. Shredded him down. Right? 60, 5 months. In 5 months. And then when he went to Thanksgiving, I'll show you my 5 months. 60. So when people tell me, yo, age ain't shit, man. Age ain't shit. And so we went to Thanksgiving. When he went to Thanksgiving, this is what he wrote me the day after Thanksgiving. He's like, good morning, coach. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving with friends. Now the journey continues. Once again, I want to thank you for your knowledge, experience, and expertise in the world of training, nutrition, and making better decisions. The compliments didn't stop coming on how much younger and in great shape I was in since the last time a lot of my friends and family had seen me. I mostly credit you for this transformation. It was so much more easier to remain disciplined during this Thanksgiving gathering due to what I have learned from you and the better lifestyle. And the better lifestyle I want to continue pursuing. For me, it never gets old reminding you what an amazing coach you are. Please continue changing lives. You have definitely changed mine spiritually and physically. Let's continue this journey, brother. Mindset. He didn't say you helped me lose weight. He didn't say that. He's like, you changed my fucking life. Because that's what I do. I change people's lives. Because what I teach is what's changed my life. What I teach is what's changed my life. And I just hold you to a higher level that nobody else in your family, your friends, your coworker, nobody else in your life right now sees what you're capable of. That's the thing I see. I already see you with the 6-pack. I already see you going to the beach. I already see you going to the pool. I already see you looking yourself in the mirror and fucking smiling. I already see you jumping out of bed. I already see you dropping the alcohol, dropping the corn, dropping the lust, dropping all the smoke. I already see it. Because you can do it, because I've done it, and I've done it for other people. I already see the end in mind. I have the end in mind. You can't see it for yourself because you've never done it. And so how are you going to get somewhere you've never been? It's not easy. Some people do it themselves. Fucking kudos for them. I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't get to where I am right now by myself. And I'm okay admitting that. I'm glad I hired the people that were in my life that helped me create this change. I love that. Nice. So, with that said, it's 11:44. Los quiero mucho. For coaching, stop fucking waiting. DM me. Macro training, link is about. It's a free macro training. Understand macros. I break it down. And I'll see you guys later. Los quiero mucho. Ciao, ciao, muchachos. Channel YouTube, I love you. Website, thealexduenas.com, or check out my TikTok, my Instagram, any of those.